Hello, hello, and hello. I'm the Sock, aka The Rise of Skywalker as a Crime Against Humanity, and welcome to the fifth session of Beast of Burden. Buckle in because the party discovered quite a bit last session, so bear with me for this recap. I just want to make sure I get everything established so there's no confusion. Last session, our crawlers investigated the once beautiful flower fields of Bloomburg, which is now turned into a former battlefield for an army of satyrs. The skeletal remains covered in bite marks and also masses of wolf skeletons, which were smashed by a giant hoofed creature. But there were two more things that made this even stranger. Investigating the blood around the giant hoof prints revealed that it harbored an ancestry with celestial, demonic, and some sort of strange fey blood ties, just this weird amalgamation. They arrived to a riot forming at the city entrance. Cowan calmed down the crowd, and the party spoke to Godriel Norn, the leader of the Elven Guards. And Godriel informed the party that the city has been facing increasing numbers of attacks from gnolls, which are murderous humanoid hyena men. While half the guards left Bloomburg to finish off the gnolls, the city was shrouded in darkness and was caught in between a chaotic battle as it was passing through the city, eventually ending up at the section where the party entered through. After this, the party had a debate on whether they should help the townsfolk of this city or not, or stick to the mission. And Relthar ran into a tiny bug-like fae who took an interest in him. And Findal tagged along with Brother Anton to meet Rudra, the partially sane elven blacksmith. And Cowan and Findal then convinced the leader of the city, Thorinel Vikesh, to escort as many townsfolk as he could to Fort Fairhollow. We ended the session with Phalos and Brother Anton discovering the corpse of the goat giant creature covered in canine bite marks, but its ribcage was mysteriously missing. And that's where we pick up. I do want to ask Phalos and Brother Anton, just because I wanted to wrap up last session. So, did you guys want to investigate anything with the corpse further, or are you good?
I think we're good because I don't think there was anything else that we could get information-wise from it.
No, because all we really learned from it was the bite marks were canine stuff, right? You said,
Yeah.
and then it clearly got disemboweled.
Yeah, they left the organs, just took the rib cage, that sort of thing, and then the blood matches up with. I don't know if I said that, Brother Anton. You sensed that same sort of thing from the blood that Findal did. Just this celestial, diabolic, fey sort of mixture, all in one chaotic mess. But yeah, there was. It's not anything a whole bunch more. I didn't want to like railroad you guys if you wanted to do anything specific. But you make your way back to town, and you're greeted by the nice warmth that still exists in Bloomburg since it's built around a hot spring. So there's like sparse vegetation around and all that. And you join back up with the group where Captain Knuckle has the caravan set up in the city. Is anybody doing anything specific? So you like reconvene, that sort of thing? The reins are kind of.
I have
where you want to.
I have a list of all the desirable townfolk that we want to take, and a list of all the people we're absolutely not going to take. I've written this down. I'm handing it to Captain Knuckles.
He looks at you just like, thank you. I'll make sure to take this into consideration. He has a little bit of like an uncomfortable look on his face, just with like, is it just like labeled undesirables or like can't,
Oh yeah,
yeah, okay.
It's like a big gold star and like maybe a little attributes like this one could survive and this one absolutely will just not survive and will probably get us killed.
This will at least help us try to determine whether our caravan will be taking certain members or not. So I do genuinely appreciate it, Relthar. This good strategy.
I'm doing my part. I want to survive this.
He puts a hand on your shoulder. And like I said before, when you were like discussing with him about that you guys should leave immediately, he has that sort of connection where you can tell he like understands your line of thinking. He says something along the lines of like, basically, if if everybody thought that way, then nobody would ever save anybody, that sort of thing. It'll
Well,
let you walk off.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Zoom froze again.
No, I just
I was gonna say I don't want to forget my spear that I had given to the blacksmith because I was hoping that he was going to be able to upgrade that for me so I can become a better frontliner. And then I did buy that spear head from him. Other than that, I don't think there's anything that I need to do, so I'm kind of just NPC mode until something happens, I guess.
Yep, I'm just working up a sweat, learning how to better handle my club and shield.
Yeah, Wilbur's currently just following Brother Anson's instructions, just charging at you to let you learn how to block and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm definitely wheezing. Go easy, boy.
I'll give him one thing. He's got a lot of energy.
He keeps like tripping because he's looking at you to see if you're looking at him while he's doing the stuff. But yeah, I mean, if nobody's doing anything specific, eventually a couple hours go by. What is that?
I was just gonna say I have a couple things that I'd like to do real fast. It doesn't require role play, but I was just hoping to, after we leave my master's, was it a tent or?
Yeah, he has his
remember.
own like little section that they set up near the entrance of the city.
Okay. Is there anywhere in town that's like a library or like an archive, anything where can just study?
Yeah, he
up
has
on-
his own library. Like he travels with his own
Oh wow!
like
Okay.
collection of stuff that he has.
Okay, then I would petition to go in and study a few things from there, and then if possible, I would like to, since there's an elvish smith in town, like to see if I could purchase a rapier for my character.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you Thorinel begrudgingly lets you like search through his library and stuff. He just like basically stands over your shoulder to make sure you don't mess up any of his books. And yeah, that would be kind of like a time lapse sort of thing where you go and get the rapier. It takes you like a good 30 minutes longer than you initially thought it would because he keeps forgetting why you were there.
For the perusing of his library, I would just be searching anything that I could on drakes and gnolls and the Feywilds of this region. Anything that he's got in the regards to those topics.
It's not. I wouldn't say there's like one specific story, but you do get the
For
sort
sure.
of thing where like a lot of like similarities start like lining up, at least within the recent like last century, basically. Knowles had started basically. I don't have like an exact timeline, but basically within the last 100 years, Knoll sightings and then strange, mysterious disappearances in the woods have become more common with an increasing amount, and that kind of aligns with what Captain Godriel told you guys. Basically, that the gnolls are starting to increase in number and become organized in a way that's not usual. So, you don't necessarily get a cause for it, but you know for sure that there's an increasing amount of Feywild activity and Gnoll activity in this region specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically on guard drakes. Yeah, guard drakes are like prized things. I wouldn't even say you have to look that up specifically because they're like prized things among nobles. Basically, that's like a sign of status that like if you have like a treasure vault or something like that, if you have a lot of money, then a lot of people will hire either hunters or like people that might have a guard drake. That's like a sign of status to have it as your own. They're very rare for sure. But yeah, that's basically a expensive guard dog.
Sure. Does it have anything as to like what they like or what tamers would use to tame them, to coax them into?
Well, you do look. There are forests. They kind of align with the types of dragons that are known about in humanity. The forest guard drakes are known for being very cowardly, but they are the like second to most intelligent, right behind sea guard drakes.
Cool. Okay.
So they're the sort of thing where they're very much they have a lot more self-preservation, so they're the least popular among all guard drakes because they will just run away if things get bad. But they're very intelligent, so it's like the sort of thing where like a more aggressive version of a border collie, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
They need like
Okay.
mental stimulation the most. Or like an actual connection with like the owner rather than just like giving them food every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, he's just gonna be probably sitting at like any little table that they've got set up in there, perusing through these books and put them back exactly where he found them. And like the whole time, his foot's just gonna be tapping because he's just so excited for all that's going on and just kind of like a little bit distracted as he's perusing these books, thinking about his master and the progress that he's made with him. And then he'll skip off to the smith to see if he can pick up a rapier.
Nice.
And how much would that be?
Well, let me look at how much a rapier is in here. Uno momento.
Mm-hmm.
A rapier is 8 gold pieces.
Cool. I will give that. And if I trade in my short sword, can I get a discount?
Well, I'll just probably say it just takes some of the price off for however much a short sword is. A short sword is 7, so it's just 1 gold piece basically for the purchase because a short sword is 7 gold pieces.
Wunderbar.
Can you use rapiers is the question though, as a bard?
It does. Is rapier like a official item now? Because
I'm
haven't
pretty
seen
sure
that.
it's
Oh, yeah,
a
I don't think it
desert
was.
one.
At the time of bards being made, I don't think it was. So I mean, if you can use a short sword, I think you should be able to use a rapier. I think that makes sense.
I appreciate it. It seems like their kind of weapon, you know. It's
I'm all cool with that. Is anybody else doing anything before the evening kind of reaches near the end?
No need to take any time with this, but just to note that Mulia is one of the things she likes to do when she goes to new towns and new cities is to see if she can find any information about her family. They are nobles from where she comes from, although no one knows she's a noble. So she always likes to use this as an opportunity to kind of get, the gossip and what's going on in her kingdom. So she's just going out, just, looking at news and trying to figure that out. That's what she does.
Okay, is Mulia's noble family, are they involved in any specific sort of like activities or something like that? Because that would it depends on whether you might hear something here.
Nothing nefarious. Nothing nefarious. Just, the typical boring noble, which is why she left, so... But she likes to hear if there's the stuff that's happening in her kingdom and so on. So,
as an assassin, you probably are able to like secretly get around for information. You eventually would get like around the Thorinel Vikesh's section and stuff because he deals with nobles and everything. So it would be the sort of thing where you can probably like at some point sneak in, see that that he's like your family's on the list of like families he's dealt with or like traded with in the past. But nothing really noteworthy.
Yes. Very cool. Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, it'll be like around 6-7 p.m. Oh yeah, let me just so Brother Anton, you get your spear back from Rudra. He shows up and he's just like basically
He comes to me.
well, both you and Fendal ordered something, so he's just dropping it off like both of you guys at the same time. But he's just like, Oh yes, yes, yeah. I made this for. I think Rick just asked for this the other day. I was about 3 days late for it, but here you go. This is also for his son as well. And you tell him if he doesn't get back before dinner, his father's gonna be very mad.
Yes, yes, we'll tell Rictus right away.
And he
And what does he
also-
hand us? He hands us our stuff.
So, Brother Anton specifically, you asked for an improvement on it. So you see the design of your spear where he snapped it off. It appears he basically like took some of like the wood chips and like the original sections of it. He like refinished it and basically added a new staff section onto it, but he put pieces of like the wood chips from the way the staff section previously was in order to like just like keep preserve some of the original identity. But it has carvings along the staff section where it's basically a dragon coiling around to near where the spearhead meets, and it's a dragon head with like a sword going into its mouth, that sort of thing. So
That's
your
cool.
spear does it's stepped up in damage die, so it goes from a d6 to
Whoa.
a d8, and it
That's
is
awesome.
silvered.
That's sick.
It has a little like wing pattern that flares out, kind of like how the elven weapons are in Elder Scrolls in Skyrim.
Yeah, I'm like inspecting it, and I say, elven craftsmanship. You can't beat it. I plant it into the ground with a smile on my old grizzled face.
The weirdest thing, though, is that it reminds you of your first captain. I don't know what if you had any ideas for them. It is not really important, but it reminds you of a design your first captain had when you joined the militia way back all those years ago.
Oh yes, Captain Torin.
Yeah, it's almost damn near identical to what Captain Torin had.
This elf's
Findal,
been around a long time.
yes, indeed.
D8.
Findal,
Sick.
he hands you your wooden shield, but it has the oak tree like you requested on the front. However, you can see a vague outline of a giant flying down from the heavens, like near the top of like where like parts of the leaves of the tree. It has a little bit of like bladed sort of like symbols on the end of the branches and stuff. But your shield has the basically the stave property where you can choose to shatter it when you get hit instead of taking
Oh,
damage.
okay, cool. So it basically acts like a round shield.
Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot.
Well,
was
at
working on
least
this.
the old man tried,
Sick.
but he got confused once again.
Well,
I'm sure Geed won't mind.
yes. And there's always finding other shields if we need to. Fine craftsmanship, I must say.
Yes. Quite needed out here.
Fancy
Be
meeting
sure
you here.
on the battlefield to keep that shield close. It shows you have high status.
I will.
Yeah, despite how crazy Rudra is and he's losing his memory, he is a legitimate like wizard when it comes to blacksmithing this stuff. Like this is among the finest quality you've seen for weapons slash armor that you've seen.
Yeah. As I would imagine elves and dwarves, just because of their lifespan, they probably just realistically would have to be better smiths than any human could be.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I would just realistically. That's why I always like to kind of play into that.
Yeah, and they like take more time on it.
Mm,
Yeah, the way I kind of pictured it is that dwarves obviously are the best blacksmiths just in terms of like consistent quality and stuff. Just because of like their long lifespan, but also that is like their entire culture's identity is craftsmanship and the things that you build for yourself, that sort of thing. But hold on 1 second. Sorry, I just saw what Colin sent in the chat. Go on the Shadow Darkling's website for where the rapier is, Colin.
Thank you.
But yeah, elven smiths, in my mind, also it's a lot more of an art form rather than just like a cultural thing for them. So yeah, there's like a lot the designs you guys see on there and everything's very intentional.
they didn't learn it from the fire giants like the dwarves did.
Oh yeah,
What what zine did the scimitar come in? Or is
that was number 2, the desert one.
I'm looking. I don't see it in there.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying.
have I have a scimitar.
It's
Or the
coming out in
rapier.
the
The
western
rapier.
reaches.
Sorry.
Yeah, the rapier. It's coming out in the western reaches, and I'm actually looking on
Okay,
the
I see.
Discord right now. To
It's like a new weapon.
yeah, I remember seeing it, but it was
I thought I
a
had
month or
seen
2
it
ago.
too.
It's a weapon that the duelist has, right?
Yes,
It's a new character.
duelists
Yeah.
can use
The-
rapiers.
Yeah. I think it's number 6.
Yeah, I was just gonna say number 6.
I need to save up $300 and buy the big Kickstarter package.
I always think
so
about it, but I
bad.
just never have enough money for it.
I
yeah,
want it
um,
so bad. It's so much cool stuff in it.
Yeah, so the evening passes as you guys just eventually reconvene after going to your individual places. It's around like 7 p.m. at this point, and as the group is, some of the people are going to the inn. It's called the Silver Dagger, and some people are just sleeping at the camp that's set up. Like the town is built for crawlers, so they could just move the caravan into a section of the city to set up camp and everything.
That's cool.
You guys see Ethel, the dwarven lumberjack from earlier. She walks up to you guys and she's just like, hey, sorry if I'm interrupting anything important. I just wanted to ask if you all were busy tonight.
I guess we're sitting around our own little segregated like campsite that we have since we're like the outriders. So we're like separate. I just imagine maybe we have like a better looking tent than everybody else.
I feel like Mulia would have made sure you guys' section is at least the most presentable out of like, it's separated into 3 sections because there's like 30 people in the entire troop, and you guys are in Captain Knuckles' section of the caravan.
Okay.
I transform into a pile of leaves, but still.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Nonetheless, we're in the fancy tent.
I guess I would say, well, it depends. I had some plans, but what's your offer?
Well, you all basically saved my life. Usually I can keep that dwarven temper under control, but the whole situation with the centaurs was getting in a bit over my head, so I just wanted to, I would be an improper dwarf if I didn't invite you guys to dinner. Me and the family always usually do something big for dinner, and I would be happy to invite you guys.
I look around at the rest of my troop.
Sure. We can always use a dinner. Who doesn't like food?
Yes,
like
perhaps you can fill us in on what the Elven King had said to you both.
Yes, it's quite an exciting tale. I'm very excited for this. Let's go eat. There's a discussion for over food.
Is Relthar around with us, or is he?
Yeah, I'd be there camping with everybody.
Oh,
Anything-
this is
anything
perfect.
away-
I ran out of food yesterday. Oh.
Does anyone bring up, I do want to say in the time where you guys were like setting up camp, essentially, did anybody ever bring up the fact that there's a tiny, like, bug-like fae that's just tagging along with Rothar, like on his shoulder?
That thing's still tormenting me, buzzing around.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's asking you a whole bunch of questions. He's like, why are you guys setting it up like that? What are you doing?
So with his like background of coming studious and ascetic, he's kind of like always trying to be introspective and calm and quiet and meditating, and like this thing is just buzzing around his head, and he just reaches out, tries to swat him every once in a while, and he's gonna pull out the obsidian dagger at some point and just like threaten him and be like, "Listen, you, get away from me now!"
Whoa, we got a serious one here. All right. I just wanted to
What?
see what you guys were doing.
I kind of want to walk over and kind of do one of these and like grab him if I can.
Yeah, he's distracted, poking fun at Relthar. So you grab him up.
Grab him and I kind of like hold him, so just like his head sticking out, like I'm holding like a toy. I'm holding him like this, and I say, "Where did you come from?"
Well, I don't know. We never really had a name for it. I just kind of wandered around and stuff.
You know about this battlefield outside of the city, don't you?
He looks a little bit. He looks like he doesn't want to say something.
Specifically about satyrs.
I poke him and I say, "Out with it."
See, he's like this. He's just being obtuse and never wants to answer anything.
You're getting the vibe when you bring up the satyrs, like his eyes kind of widen a little bit, and there's like a look of concern over his face, like almost he's not saying something out of like protecting whatever it is that deals with
Sorry,
that.
I don't know if you guys can hear my dad. He's being loud.
Oh no, it's all good.
No, totally.
No.
Okay.
Eventually he would relent, and
Yeah, I guess
yeah.
I hold him and I start being really stern with him as I'm like, you know something, and there's something you're not telling us. You're not native to this place. And I like look around, and I would imagine I don't see any other fey creatures, because this is a very obviously like a fey creature that
Yeah,
I
for
have
sure.
in my hand.
He just
Brother
he-
Anton.
Hmm?
Sorry. I was just gonna say, Brother Anton, you're doing it all wrong. With the creatures of the fair, you'll need to coax them. Be kind to them. It's not gonna do you any good by threatening this creature or trying to intimidate it. Yeah.
I've heard many fables of Fae stealing your name, stealing your soul, leaving you nothing but a drooling whelp in the forests, stealing children in the night.
listen.
Perhaps this creature.
People are morons.
I've got an idea. I'll tell you if you just answer a quick riddle for me.
Ooh. I like it.
I look at Calwyn and I say, "Look what you've done."
Don't do it. It's a trap. For once, I'm in agreement with Brother Anton. These things are evil.
If I just tell you, that's kind of boring, isn't it?
I concur.
Okay, well, we have a good friend here who likes riddles, and I like physically spin him around in my hand, and I face him towards Chronicler.
Snap his puny little neck.
Yes. No.
Both, tell me this riddle.
He kind of thinks for a couple seconds and he says, "Kings spit me from their mouths and hounds leave me low. I smell of the feast, yet feed bush and vine. I'm both the jest and the farmer's bow. A gift and a guffaw, exhaled from the spine. What am I?" I'll post it just so I don't have to.
Thank you.
I squeeze him
Yeah,
until
that's-
his guts come out of his head. No, I don't do that.
Please.
Was there?
Despite the fact that his life is on the line, it looks like he is having the time of his life with this sort of thing.
Where's this posted at?
They
I was
don't
supposed to
quite
roll 20.
understand life
Oh,
and
roll
death.
20.
They're like children.
Got like 3 different chats going.
Yeah, right? Which chapter are we using?
I send in the roll 20. I can send it in the Discord if you want.
From the
Oh,
hound.
no, there we go.
And the hounds leave me low. Hmm.
Ask him what he's gonna steal from you if you answer wrong. It's the answer is the soul.
That stuff is a little bit boring. You're not going to come back if I steal stuff from you.
I kind of look at him and I look at our bard. I look at our druid with just like this inquisitive
there-
look. My character's not very smart. He's
I was gonna say,
not very
so-
charismatic either.
Do you want a hint?
Could we get a hint if like we roll something?
No, he'll give you a hint just because he's. This is a game for him more. So you guys are getting like a playful Fey vibe from him. So he's not like the type where he's gonna like steal your soul if you answer wrong. He gives you a hint that you guys do it every single day. A lot of times, multiple times a day if you eat a lot.
Burp.
Good.
I think I might
He
know.
shakes his head.
But I
You're
want
saying-
him to.
you're
I
saying
want
it's-
him to promise he's not going to hurt us if I give an answer.
You're a burp. That's what you are.
Oh, cool. You guys could call me that. I won't tell you my real name, though. You can call me
You know,
Bert.
I poop a lot after I eat too much. Do you think that's what it is?
Bingo! He starts
Huh?
laughing. It's shit! That's the answer!
No. Oh, dear. I was worried that would be the case.
But
How
What?
uncouth.
how would a feast smell like shit? What sort of feast are you eating?
Well, that depends on what you eat and how much you eat.
Oh,
But you know,
disturbing.
It's a pretty good riddle. My brother always told me that I was pretty good at it.
I
No,
tighten
that's
my
a
grip
shit riddle.
a little bit. I tighten my grip a little bit and I say, "Now tell us where you are from and what you know of that battlefield."
All right, fine.
Hmm.
I don't know where this place is in relation to where I'm from, just because my home isn't really. I don't know. It wasn't the same when I was leaving. To answer your first question, those arrows out there. You got to promise if you guys meet my brother, that you're not going to get mad at him. He's not violent. He doesn't usually do this sort of stuff, but his handwriting is all over those arrows outside, and I promise you, my brother's he describes a satyr as like somebody who like raised him and stuff. He basically just says like he's not a violent guy. He's never even used a weapon a day in his life. I don't know why his stuff is on those arrows, but one day, we always used to play tricks on people that would come into our forest and stuff. And I guess my brother always used to say we lived in one of the only good parts left, but eventually the trees started dying and things got real weird, and a lot of other satyrs showed up to talk to him, and he had this look on his face. Next thing I know, he tells me to run, so I do. I didn't think about it, and I don't know. It gives me a real bad feeling and stuff. The other satyrs didn't look too friendly, and as I was running away, there were these horrifying monsters. He kind of stops, and basically, to summarize, the monsters he describes to you guys are like demons, like Glabrezus, all that sort of stuff.
Oh dear.
He basically just like booked it and kept running until he got away from them, and then he ended up in what you guys know as the material plane, but he describes it as if it's like some sort of strange world.
Little Burp, where is your brother now?
I don't know. The other satyrs started laughing in like a real weird way as I was getting away, so I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
How old are you? How long have you lived in this region?
You see, he's genuinely trying to answer your question, but this is where you get that alien sort of thing. It doesn't seem like he understands the concept of a need to like track days or like the passage of time. So he doesn't really. He's trying to answer you, but he's just like, I don't know, like longer than a couple seconds.
He doesn't understand concepts like time and life and death and simple things like that. That's not something that happens in the Feywild.
That's fair. That was
Well,
worth a shot.
if he's here, then he came through some sort of crossover, which means
That's my guess.
How far away have you entered this place? Where did you get in here from? As I'm looking at him, he's probably facing everybody else. So I'm just like yelling at the back of his head.
Yeah. Well, first, can you let me go? It kind of hurts. I'm not going
What
to
do you
leave. You guys
say?
have been a riot so far.
Do you think I should let him go?
It'll be fine. Yeah. I'll pull out a biscuit and take off a morsel of it and put some honey on it and give it to the little guy. Yeah.
It gets all over his outfit because what's a little bit of honey to you is his entire torso. So he holds it in his hand and starts munching. He'll sit down on Relthar's shoulder and
He just- Like a mosquito goes back over.
Yeah, he doesn't. He
Like a
can't fly.
deep
He has,
sigh.
he has like a cricket lower half. So the wings are
Okay,
mainly
so
to
he
just glide.
jumps.
So he just like
I
jumps.
see.
Yeah. He says, I don't know. I got here. It's been dark a couple times since I've been here, but mostly I just make it so people can't see me, and I'll just do stuff to them to see what happens.
Yes, but which direction did you get here from?
He points in the direction of, yeah, about the same direction of where you guys are headed, northeast.
And these beasts seem to be coming wanton out of wherever he came from, and they seem to be battling each other. Interesting. Having him around us does cause some concern because he must have some sort of, and I look to Findal, he must have some sort of residual fey magics upon him, which might attract more fey, sort of like honeybees when they leave a pheromone.
More than likely, if they, I'm surprised this little bugger even understands the cardinal directions. But east is basically where we're going anyways, to Madeira's temple. What I am worried about, though, is it sounds like the same blight is happening in the Feywild, as well as here, right here. There's some sort of attachment, and I don't understand why.
I will say that I should have probably said this when you looked in Thorinel's library, Cowan, but there is also an account of like this land used to be, it's not demon touched anymore. There's obviously, it's never going to leave whenever there was like demon corruption in an area, but a long time ago, like centuries ago, this was demon blighted land before it eventually like restored to its like semi-natural state.
Well, in any case, I suppose since he's taken a liking to Relthar, it's up to Relthar if he wishes to allow him to tag along with us.
You guys have any more of those? What was that you gave me?
A biscuit?
No, don't give him any more. He's getting crumbs and honey all over me. And honestly, I don't think I can get rid of him. I've been trying. If you just keep quiet.
Just
I
have the
thought
wind
you were
knock off.
besties.
Perhaps this is part of Shun's will,
This
maybe
is definitely a test by Shun to show that I'm a true champion. and can
Absolutely, I think
endure
Shun
this
wants you to be
torture.
best friends.
It's enduring the tortures of this mortal life.
Sorry, go ahead. I don't want to keep hogging the spotlight. If anybody else had anything else to say, I was going to ask Findal of something. I was going to ask something of Findal.
You're good.
Since he's our druid. Findal, when you get a chance, the next time you are wandering the wilds, if you can find a good... Wilbur's a halfling, right?
Yeah.
If you could find a good halfling-sized stick that's fairly straight, that would be much appreciated.
Absolutely. I'll make him a similar club to what I have. There's a method.
Well, I think I'm going to save it for whenever I decide to fix this spearhead to it. It'll be his first spear.
Aye, you want a staff?
Yes, something that'll fit the young boy.
Alright, I'll get to working on it. And I wander out into the woods.
Yeah, we don't have to do a whole thing for that. You found a stick. It's it's
No. He has to roll for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe a roll.
You have to roll for it.
It's a roll for everything.
But I'll just call him what I forgot who called him. I forgot who called him Burp, but he's fine with going with that name. So Burp says he's confused as to why you have to go out and find like a club or like basically he's confused at the process of acquiring an item because he's like just ask one of the trees for it. Essentially, he finds it
Yeah,
amusing. Yeah.
Just to sum it up really quick, what I do is I go out, find an oak branch, carve it down, and then I cast Oxidize on it to age it and make it stronger.
That's cool.
That's
Right, well, yeah,
very
you
cool.
you come back to with a fully, pretty much ready-made like spear staff.
Nice. Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
branch at
keep
least
it-
50 years old. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I say, thank you. It's always trust a druid when finding good oak. This'll do well. And I take it, I put it in my stash in camp, and then when the time arises, hopefully before I perish, I will give the boy his first spear.
Alrighty. Well, you guys are just making your way to.
Just real fast, Brother Anton, would you like me to perhaps draw up a symbol for little Wilbur? Something that he could practice and carve into his new staff?
Yes, that might be something to help him personalize it. Maybe gets him more attached to it.
Indeed. He's a good lad, and he looks up to you.
Unfortunately, he appears to become my burden to bear, so...
Children are never a burden.
We cut to Wilbur going around to various people in the camp. Like, look what I learned today. And he like bashes somebody in the leg with the shield. Like, God damn it, kid!
I retract my statement.
Now we gotta get Findal somebody, and then we gotta get Chronicler somebody, and then we gotta get Mulia somebody, so everybody has a pet for their character.
No, that's quite all right.
But yeah, you
Get you a
guys
bear cub or something.
Oh,
Head
wait,
over.
does this little buggy burp give me like more carrying capacity? Can I? Use
I'll
it
actually
like
say
a
that
mule.
I'll be transparent about the type of fae it is because I feel like, especially somebody like Callum would know if you're familiar with the occult.
Sure. Yeah.
What's it called? Yeah, you have multiple people I feel like that would know about that sort of stuff. It's a grig. It's like they're kin to fairies, but they're different. They have like cricket sort of physical characteristics and stuff. And they're a lot more about music and whimsy than the average fairy.
They're the Jiminy Cricket of fairies.
Yeah, Jiminy Cricket without morals.
Wow.
If
But
anything.
But that doesn't answer my question. So I load up 5 more pieces of gear. Can I carry it with him?
no, he has no gear slots.
Well, if we ever need to throw something really far to get to somewhere that we can't fit, I'm sure he'll come in handy at some point.
Right.
Or
He's
he'll
like the size of
and
a fish.
Kung Fu Panda.
I mean, he does have abilities.
Or you can distract
'cause he-
him. He could be a distraction, and he can get eaten by something while we run away.
Yeah,
I'll try to quiz
that
him
is true.
about his magic. Like, can he?
Brother
Shoot
Anton, you
magic
can't say that
missiles?
in front of him.
Oh, I wasn't
Well,
saying that.
I'll say, Bud, what magic can you do for us? Can you shoot magic missiles? Can you put people to sleep? Can you?
My new
in
name is
darkness?
my new name is Burp. Thank you very much. And yes, you guys call it magic, but I can kind of just do it like that. Snaps his fingers. He turns invisible. He's very proud to show off the stuff that he can do, just like how he's good at riddles and stuff. Yeah, he can turn invisible. He has like a fey dust thing he can do to heal things if he feels like it. And then,
Finally, we have a healer in the group.
Whoa!
and then he has a couple effects he can do by playing music near people.
Ah,
You can
so
either
you have an
cause-
actual bard.
yeah, it can either hurt their ears. He's used that. He says he's used that to get away from people sometimes when they get really mad at him. Like you can make your ears bleed with music, and then he could also make it so you're like disoriented, or you can just that's basically what he can do is like disorientation with music in terms of like offensive stuff.
Impressive. Oh, it might keep you around after all. He might be useful.
I am pretty impressive.
let's not get it carried away.
I'm not carrying anything.
That's the first problem.
Understood. But yeah, you guys make your way to Ethel's house.
Add your one quick thing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna kind of like fall behind a little bit and take out the wand of Madeira and point the eye at little Burp there and attempt to see if it can tell me anything about it, about him, if he's, anything in relation to that whole battle, whatnot.
Yeah, I think I've done it. Just roll a D100. I'll probably restrict this to like once or twice per day. That sort
That's
of thing.
fair.
Because it does have to collect like divine energy in order to give you premonitions on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. You did actually you sensed a lot of energy that it used to tell you about whatever that Feywild vision that you had in relation to the giant hoofed creature.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Might
a
as
hint.
well get the bad rolls out of the way.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
You at least know your wand knows something about this sort of situation that's going on as a whole, considering that it felt a great amount of sorrow when it was approached with the hoof prints that had the blood in it, but that is like mixed with all these different things and stuff. And one of those things is Fey sort of ancestry in that blood, so that's like a little bit of like, at least something that your wand has communicated.
Gotcha.
You-
Put the shield, and I'll stick it back in its holster and continue on.
Cowan, you do hear along the way that as you guys are passing the market, you hear a familiar voice of a merchant telling like a random citizen, like, "Ah, it appears you're looking for wares. This poncho here is made of the sprinkled scales of a dragon.
What?
Nothing insane, just about 12 gold pieces. Yes, it's a very, very good deal."
Do I recognize this voice?
Yeah, yes. Looks like you found your friend again.
He's cut his beard and mustache a little bit differently, but yeah, he is the same dude. You can tell.
I about face and start heading off to him. Hey, you right there. You hold on right there. Don't move.
Yes. What is it? Did you come here to get one of my famous dragon scale ponchos that I sell?
You mean this thing that I am wearing? You don't remember me, do you?
Yes. A satisfied customer. Let me come down from my.
Unsatisfied.
Let's not make too big of a scene. Let me just come down from my cart here, and we can have a civil discussion. He walks around the back and starts. You hear him walking down the stairs, and he bolts away out of the back of his shop.
I pull out the wand and I attempt to cast Hold Person.
Bindle's just standing back and watching. Big old grin on his face.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Yeah, your divine chains, like you described before, wrap around his body, and he's held down in place.
That's right. All right. Where'd the rest of them go? Hey, guys, come here.
Now let's not do anything too hasty here. After all, you look quite warm in that poncho.
Yes, it is quite warm and it's nice.
But it does
this is
seem
about the
like you've
principle
been
of the
robbing people left, right, and center for false advertising, as it were. I'm gonna, if you'll allow me, just step up and relieve him of his coin pouch.
All right, go ahead and roll me. Let's say roll me a 4d8 for how many he has on him how many gold pieces he has on him at the moment. No, there's no need to go through my... Yeah, you found 24 gold pieces in his pouch, and he's just trying to talk you guys down. Like, look, if you just drop this spell, I promise... I think I gave you one of the wrong ones I had. I promise I'm just as mad as you are, so let's get this settled. You drop this spell, and I'll reimburse you. How about that?
That's right, absolutely. Reimburse us, as I'm still checking his pockets and it's just yes, absolutely. No, we can work together on this, and I'm patting down his legs for anything else of use.
Yeah, it's mostly just various like ledger books that he has. You can see he's had hundreds of customers over the years and stuff. That's really all
You've
he
been doing
has.
this? The hundreds? My goodness.
Hundreds of satisfied customers.
If I wasn't so horrified, I'd be impressed, honestly. But this is awful.
Yeah,
You're a
I hand
terrible
the
person.
I hand the book and the pouch back over to Alwyn,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you do him what you want, but you know,
If I recall,
We've robbed
I
the
paid
robber.
about 15 gold pieces for my fake poncho.
I think it was around 4 or 5.
15,
gold
that's
pieces.
correct.
He purses his lips. He doesn't really have any position to negotiate here. Fine, just give me the. Just give me the. You can take 15 gold pieces, and I'll be out of your hair. All right?
Indeed. And don't do this again.
I
toss
assure
him
you,
back.
I won't.
I only
no,
took
he
10.
absolutely will. You're being too innocent there, boy. This is what he does. He cons people.
You think I shouldn't let him go?
He's lucky we're not taking his shoes.
That's a good point.
I'm no con man. After all, Cowan himself said he's warm. I've saved hundreds of people from hypothermia throughout the years.
It's not about being warm, it's the principle of the matter. You told me this was real dragon scale, and it is not. I got mocked and derided by terrible people for wearing this thing. They said, oh, we've got the real thing, you've got the fake thing. Do you know what that felt like? To be mocked and derided by people that are objectively morally inferior to you?
Yeah, people like me.
I think if you look at it in a more positive light, people are talking about the poncho. It's a
Well, in
conversation
that
starter.
case, since you don't mind us having a look at your wares, and I'm gonna walk back to his cart and start rifling through.
There's no need to do all of that. Yeah, it's
Yes,
just
I'm
full
sure.
of-
But we're
seems like this
working
is-
together.
Mm-hmm.
You find there's like in the back of his like setup shop and everything, because that's just his whole thing. You can kind of tell is that he just goes to different towns and cons people out of it. This just seems like the current line of items that he's conning people with. But you see drawings, and he's like basically like a war room for conning people. Where it's like, what's the best item that would get the most gold this time? So it's like you see this
nice.
various times in the past. He sold troll regenerating armor. I don't know, like bullet shields, bullet skull shields, and everything. That sort
Cool.
of stuff. But it's never
I
the real
suppose
thing.
that
It's
this
like,
coat is made from real woolly mammoth, huh?
that's what it says.
Yeah, I basically I'm going to take it all. I have let's see, because of my magic cloak, what would that be? 13 slots.
Wow.
So I'm going to just like basically just completely rob him blind, being like, well, you seem like such a smart man and, you know, such a hard-working merchant that I'm sure you'll bounce right back from this.
He looks. He's
I take his
he's
notes,
fuming
I
right
take-
now.
Everything.
I would like to, while he's paralyzed, go behind him, kind of like put my foot into the back of his like knee, so he drops to his knees, with my hand on his shoulder, and I say, "All right, have you said your last words?"
Wait, I think I misunderstood the nature of this interaction.
Well, I'm
Hey.
sure you know that we behead thieves around here, didn't you know? Especially those that lie.
Yes, I understand. You know, I think we got off on the wrong foot.
Oh,
I'll let
perhaps.
you guys take everything inside my shop right there. You can see he's taking a couple of my bullet shields that I have collected over the years.
I
You
pat
see
him on the
Findle
cheek.
just like throwing shit on the ground that is like not needing, but just like strooning like everything.
I pat him on the cheek and I say, "You have quite the talent for designing things, and yet you turn to thievery to make a living. Have you ever wanted to earn an honest day's pay in your life? Be honest with me."
He thinks to himself, and then he says, "Oh, absolutely not."
That's what I thought. Does anybody in our party have like an axe or anything?
I feel like I gave the wrong answer.
I'm a scimitar.
Yeah, I push him over so he's like leaning over now, and I say, "Well, Mulia, it's time to go through with the beheading then." I put my foot on his back.
Yes. Let's.
Brother Anton.
Okay, just stop. Okay, hear me out.
I
Hear me
hold
out.
my hand up like this towards Chronicler.
Yeah, because I was taking out the scimitar and starting to sharpen it very, very slowly.
Again, do you have any family members we should send your last regards to? Chronicler here, he's known for writing beautiful letters to families before.
Mulia, your razor chain literally craves battle 24/7, so he's like, yes, let the ground flow with his blood.
Yes, I purposely took out the scimitar.
He is panicking right now. He's just like, okay, what if I could get you, I promise I could get you all as much gold as you want.
It's not gold that I'm looking for, son. It's repentance that I'm looking for.
I'm sorry that those people didn't have the insight to tell that I couldn't get a fucking dragon and then make it into 50 ponchos.
No remorse. It's always the ones without remorse that bleed the most. Oh, Saint Taragnus,
No, wait.
bring this soul to you
He starts,
across
like,
the
tearing
bridge
up.
of blood and bone.
He's legitimately like blubbering, crying right now. Please don't kill me. I promise. I'll change my
Well,
ways.
Are you groveling now?
Yes, I don't want to fucking die.
Well, then maybe I have a new job for you, my son. Maybe I can give you new purpose. Or your head could roll down the street and we
Okay,
could
what
place
is it?
bets on how many cobblestones it rolls over before it loses momentum.
What is it?
Oh, well, I kind of pull him up because he can't move. I pull him up and I face him towards my party members and I say, "We are a good lot of people. We may have different beliefs, but we're a good lot. And because you happen to scam one of our good lot, then I think you owe it to us to repent and change your ways. Now I think I have a good job for you. You'll come with us and stay with our caravan. And you'll be spending a lot of your time improving the looks of things that we own. Since you have such the hand for making all these fakes and things and works of art, if I had to compliment you. I think maybe you could improve our gear, clean our clothing, make us warmer, keep our tent a little bit more comely, maybe. What do you think, everyone?"
But then
we
we're
could
gonna
always use
behead-
another.
Yeah,
We're gonna behead him
that's a much
later,
better
right?
idea.
Oh, we may just behead him later if his
Okay.
words just ring hollow, then of course. And if he were to run away, then God help him if we catch him again.
Relthar
we
is
could always
genuinely
use another-
disappointed.
Sorry, keep talking at the same time.
You're good.
Go for it.
I'm waiting for what does our prisoner say?
He's intently awaiting, like he's listening to what you guys debate amongst each other.
All these things that he's made this stuff, like he's like a guy that can make fakes like really good, basically.
Yeah, he basically is like a.
I see that as like we can use him. Like he can improve our current gear that we have, like just passively. Like while we're out doing stuff, he can be kind of in our camp. Like he's gonna be our servant, essentially. That's what I'm trying to get out of him, basically.
Chronicler is like ghost white right now. He's looking back and forth between the staunch and unshakable, like, justice man of Brother Anton and the cold, calculating, bloodthirsty assassin that is Mulia. And he's like, are they bluffing? I don't think they're bluffing. They might actually kill him. He looks like he's a very resourceful man. I think he could be of yours. Please don't kill him.
Quite
my hands-
resourceful.
My hands
indeed.
are on his shoulders. I'm kind of doing one of these. I'm like, yes, very resourceful.
Pindle thinks he's bluffing, so he's just like, oh, I ain't gonna fucking kill him.
I think we could use some good dry cleaning on our clothing after our long days of travel. I do get a kind of tired of smelling like orc blood and horse shit.
Yeah, that's right. Fallows ain't the best with laundry, so at least we have,
Yes, this will
guy
give
here.
young Fallos a break. He won't have to carry all the burdens himself.
You will start by Mulia just interjects suddenly. You'll start by boiling water. I need a bath. And then she takes her blade and
Yeah,
because she has it by his neck, as she leaves the blade on the neck, she just slices into it very thinly. So a little trickle of blood just comes out, and she's like, and I want my water at the perfect temperature.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's your name again, son?
There's no need to.
I squeeze. I like push a pressure point in his shoulder.
figure it out, DM. Come up with a name.
Oh, Torin, you said your name was, right?
It's Harlow.
Harlow. Wow, young Harlow.
He looks like so he's been mortified this entire encounter. However, when he says his name, it looks like he like you don't know the origin behind it, but it looks like that's like a oh shit moment that he gave his name to you guys. Like it looks like he's like a.
Does our
sort of
bard
thing.
know? Like maybe he's infamous for scamming people. Maybe.
Oh, that might be.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't realize that was a question directed towards me. No, that's not. This isn't.
Oh,
You just met him at Fort Fair Hollow, but now he's here.
Harlow.
calling people.
Harlow, right? That's what he says.
How do we
his name
know
was.
if that's his real name? He looks like a Brothaniel to me.
Oh, maybe your name is Brothaniel.
Isn't that right, bro?
Yes, that is my birth name for sure. You guys can call me whatever you want. Just please don't fucking kill me.
Well, we have use for you yet. Welcome to Fort Fairhollow's caravan. You're going to help save us. Now go, boil that water, and I slap him upside the back of the head as hard as I can.
He still
Still
he's like
stunned, so
he's at like a 45-degree angle, like the Michael Jackson tilt forward, because the whole person is still active.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I cancel that.
You see, he starts walking towards the hot springs area. Fine, and he looks like pissed right now, like really furious, and he basically just kind of turns around on his heels and looks at you guys and says, "You know, you guys really fucked this up for me. When I bring nothing back to the tower, they're gonna make fun of me for days." And he waves his hands in front around, and he disappears in a waft of blue smoke. You see in the spot where he was standing, there's a giant symbol of like a hand. It's like basically the symbology of like a hand around a coin purse, that sort of thing.
So he's like a thieves guild guy.
You don't get the vibe that it was invisibility that he just casted. It was like some sort of teleportation.
I look
or
to
something. It felt high
Molia,
level.
I look to Relthar and I say, perhaps we should have beheaded him.
Are we the
I was waiting.
It didn't seem like he was like a evil villain type, like I'm gonna come back and get you. He just looks like whatever he's referring to, he's pissed that he's not gonna have anything to bring back to wherever.
Mulia wipes the little bit of blood that's still on her scimitar. She rubs it between her fingers. She says, "There'll be another time."
I'm sure we'll find him again.
Brother
I'll say-
Anton, you're actually going to kill him.
I look to you with like a maybe.
I was looking forward to a warm bath. I would kill for that.
I'll say, Kyle, when you upon analyzing the thing, just because I want to reward backgrounds, that sort of stuff. The White Feather has documented many of like there's people get conned all the time, but specifically every now and then there has been that symbol that's come up of like a hand around a coin purse, that sort of thing. Because there's multiple reports about like I'd say the one that where it shows up the most is most people just refer to him as like the merchant, but there's a report of like there's very similar reports throughout the centuries of the same guy basically showing up to either sell people stuff or con people out of items.
Huh. And does the words "the tower" mean anything to me?
That would be like a sort of thing in the future if you want to like really do a deep dive into it. But I know for sure that you would have heard as like a bard of the White Feather that there's many a story of a strange merchant like showing up in like really weird places.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Noted. Yeah. Colwyn's just thinking, are we the baddies? The whole time until he sees him teleport away.
No, we're fine. And we don't need to RP it, but if it's like a hand cart or something like that, Findle is gonna bring his cart back to the camp. With all of the ill-gotten gains.
Yeah, you bring it back to it's a bunch of like regular equipment that's disguised as like like I was saying, the bullet head shields, that sort of thing.
Perfect.
So yeah, it's a lot more equipment for sure though.
Exactly. I'm sure people could use it to be outfitted and whatnot. So, yeah, bring it back to the caravan.
It is a shit ton of stuff though. Like I would probably say that Captain Knuckles sells some of the stuff that's not needed in order to like, get more gold to buy more food for the caravan and stuff. Considering the thing that will be happening with you guys taking some, but yeah, you guys, it's not a super long thing. You guys get to Ethel's house. It's a little bit run down, but yeah, she introduces you. She's just like, this is my husband Alto. This is his son Arthur. This is Arthur's wife Lori. This is Arthur's cousin Kingston, and this is Arthur's quintuplets. They have basically five kids that are all running around, and it's like that sort of deal where you guys are like eating, and it's like that the meme with the kid where it's like, have you ever had a dream that you could do so much you could do anything? I don't know if you've seen that clip, but that's like,
I've seen that. Sorry, I'm eating,
Yeah.
so I keep turning my webcam off to eat.
but yeah, eventually I forgot, you guys said you were going to discuss the brother Anton and Phalos's findings and try to corroborate like a story, right?
Oh no,
You don't have to
we're
do
going
that.
to tell
Okay,
anybody
alright.
anything. No.
I feel like
I mean, eventually,
remember that.
probably, but
Yeah.
is this going to count as our rest, this dinner? Because I don't think we rested yet. I don't believe.
I don't think you've done anything. I don't think you've lost any HP today.
I spent my spell, my luck generating spell, bless. When we first got here.
it
I
would
did
count as a
that.
rest. Yeah, for sure. Because you get like a nice meal. It's like they have like snails, cooked snails with herbs on them and stuff, and like salted frog legs, that sort of deal. It actually surprisingly tastes good though. But eventually, you guys see Captain Knuckles shows up, and he has a very like serious look on his face as he summons you guys back to the caravan.
Is everything okay, Captain?
We'll see. I'm not sure how everyone's going to react to, us taking members of the town with us.
Well, you're the leader, so at least you could convince them that they'll be of use. Safety in numbers and all that.
Quick point of order. I thought we discussed last time with the with Thornell that he was going to take them to Fort Fairhollow?
Yeah, he can't. I don't know if you remember. So he can't take all of them, and
Okay.
basically he's gonna tell you guys what your portion of the. That's like what he's gathering all of the members of the caravan for, to announce that we're gonna be taking a certain amount of the townsfolk with us.
Sorry, no, I meant I thought that Thornell himself made a deal that he was going to take the townsfolk to Fort Fairhollow.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Thornell's caravan. He can't sustain there's 94 people total in this town. So he
Okay.
can't escort all the Elven guards specifically. There's 20 Elven guards, and then there's 10 militia members in this town, but they can't possibly manage 94
Sure.
people.
Sure. So we're splitting it up then. Got it.
Mhm.
Cool.
Let me see here. Yeah, so he gathers you guys to the caravan. Yeah, so he basically announces to the entire caravan, I've recently been in talks with the leader of this town, Thorin Vakesh. As you all know, this town is in dire straits. Gnoll attacks have been increasing by the number every single day, according to what the guards have been saying. And they're not sure exactly how long they can last without the leadership of Thorinel being here. However, we reached an agreement. This town in total has 94 people. We'll split it down the middle. 47 of the most able-bodied citizens in this town will be accompanying us in their own caravans and wagons, of course.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be accompanying us to the Temple of Madeira. There's arrangements for people to live there, so it should act as temporary housing. And the other half will be supervised by Thorin Vakesh and his elven guards to take them to Fort Fairhollow. So it's
Yes.
Mhm.
As long as the ones that we're getting is on Relthar's list, I think that should be fine.
Yeah, he did like the sort of thing where he nodded to Relthar when he talked about we're taking all the able-bodied members and stuff, or they're most able-bodied.
Mm-hmm.
But you do get a reaction among the caravan. So it's like a jumbled mess of things, but basically a lot of people are bringing up the fact that, like, what are we going to do about food? Because the amount of guards isn't increasing. The amount of guards isn't increasing. All of them can't possibly... Like, it would basically, logistically, in order to feed 47 people in addition to the 30 guards, almost every member of the guards would have to go out every night to hunt food. So it's like a lot of
Correct me
worried.
if I'm
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong logistically, sorry to interrupt, but the town has food. I assume since we are completely abandoning a town, we're basically splitting up the town's resources 50-50, right? Or were they like starving and like we're out of supplies entirely?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember. I was basically saying Ethel had mentioned, like, when you guys first met her, that vegetation within the town is like dying. The only reason why there's vegetation inside of Bloomberg is because there's a hot spring in the area, so the warmth relatively stays within the air. But even then, it's still not. The land is dying just from this extreme winter. So, yeah.
Relthar would chime in too about that. About, well, first to make a snide comment about that's why I wanted a short list, but you'll ask them, is there farms that feed this town nearby or on the way? Can we go through the towns outside? There must be a radius of people feeding this town or feeding the area, so maybe we can swing by those ones and
Yeah, they
plunder them.
had an active farm, and there's like this is very much what other people in the caravan would be asking as well. I just don't want to go through like individual voice lines for every person, but that is starting to become like a big logistical concern that people in the caravan are bringing up, and Captain Knuckles has a hard time answering that specifically because you get the vibe that logistically, food is going to be probably on prime directive number one in terms of like problems for each day. Eventually it
Yes.
does kind of,
So we're scrounging on our own, though. Okay.
yeah, that's basically what like a lot of other caravan like crawlers and stuff like that are saying. Like, so you're asking us to basically scrounge each day just to eat. The food that the caravan would have been eating among all the guards now has to be split among these people just because basically they can't protect themselves. Like, a lot more of the people that are similar to Relthar are bringing that up. Like, I didn't sign up to, piggyback a town's worth of people and stuff. But eventually that bleeds away to one question that I'm not sure if your characters would have ever been thinking about. They start asking, what the hell is this thing that's causing this winter in the first place? You tell us keep our eyes on the sky, but you're not specific about what it is. And Captain Knuckle, his face kind of twitches. He has a little bit of a look of resignation as he's just like, I need you all to stay calm when I tell you this. And the reason we've assembled this many guards is precisely to combat this threat. There's a dragon within apparently days' travel from Fort Fairhollow. Beast of Frost. Crawlers encountered it couple months ago, or maybe a month ago. That's why we formed the caravan. Panic, Lily, like you can feel it, like the tension snap in the air, that sort of thing. It had been kind of building up just because Shadowdark is not a pleasant place to travel through. But this causes like a ripple of murmurs that just goes throughout the crowd. And a lot of it starts turning into like genuine outrage. You guys can also, like, if your characters ever interject with anything, you can like interrupt me for stuff. But yeah, it's kind of like a mixture of like, especially the guards from the town that aren't crawlers. They're like if you had told us, I would have evacuated my family. I would have left that God's forsaken fort before I got my wife and my boy killed. A lot of people are like basically bringing that up, like shouting in agreement. So a couple people are like slamming their helmets in the ground.
I would shout. Oh, go ahead.
Go for it.
I was
No, go for it.
I was going to say, I would shout, and where would you go? Would you run out into the ruination with your families to die out there?
One of the crawlers stands up, or one of the guards stands up and is like, he doesn't get to make that choice for us. If I had known beforehand, I wouldn't have joined this fucking caravan. Are you kidding me? A dragon?
You know the risks.
I didn't know
All
there
of
was a
you
fucking
did.
dragon headed to the town. My family lives there.
You know that they exist. You know that out here in the Ruination, there is death around every corner. You knew this, and still you came. Now you know the threat. Now you know what needs to be done, and you want to run?
It's not just about me, it's about my family inside the town. How do we know the dragon's not already there?
Because we
Then
could
you would-
probably see it from this distance. We're only a couple days out, and we're in the Highlands.
Bullshit!
I haven't seen any winged beast the size of several houses. Have you?
That kind of makes him stutter a little bit. He says like,
Besides, son, use your head. We can certainly get more food. These people have food stores around. I agree with Relthar. We should be having some of these guards pair up with some of the locals here and be going out to the different farmsteads and getting everything that we possibly can, because everybody's leaving. On top of that, the cart that I, brought back willingly to be sold for food, that should keep us okay for a while as well.
there's no
We only
defending.
need to...
There's no defending from a fucking dragon, and you expect us? Do we even know what we're gonna do about this? We're going to a temple to what?
That is a lie.
Find out if we can do something about this. It's already been 2 days. What is it gonna be? Another 10 day before we find out if we can get some help. Then another 10 day to head back, and the dragon's already covered our village in frost.
Yeah, and a meteor could hit us tomorrow. There's no guarantees, son. But as Brother Anton here was saying, you could either risk your neck out in the ruination, or you'll likely get killed by yourself or in small bands, or we fight. And that's where these elves are going, with all their warriors and people. Fair Hollow is where we stand.
Indeed.
Loyalty is important in times like these. A good soldier may want to desert his men and his friends and his family, but he doesn't. That's what makes a man a soldier. It's what makes men men, and what separates men from children. You're not savages. You fight to protect your people. I understand your anger, I do. Had I known that there was a dragon, perhaps I would be second-guessing this quest as well, but what's done is done. We're here. There's no use arguing about it.
What's done is done. He starts laughing. He's like,
Why do you give up when you hear it's a dragon? You say that there is no defense against
it's a fucking dragon! Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Gods
there
among
are
us!
What does this guy look like? Is he like a high-ranking guard, or is he just like a... I mean, I guess the guards don't really
pretty
have
much at this
ranks.
point, it's like city guards that are like the biggest like complainers in this scenario. The crawlers are like shaken for sure, but it's like split down the middle with the crawlers. Some of them are agreeing with the caravan guards, but it's mostly a mass group of people. Like I'll say there's 30 people total in this among the guards for the caravan.
At this point,
At least half of them are like majority. I'd say like maybe like 16, 17 of them are like the ones that are outraged about this.
I will go up to one of the crawlers from Fair Hollow, and I'll get up in him and I'll grab him by like the lapel and I'll tell him, "Now you listen here, all of you. I've told you many stories of great threats being defeated by our people, by our heroes. Well, today we are the heroes. We are the ones doing this. You tell me that there is no defense. I know there is defense. I know that there is offense against these creatures. I have written the stories. I have followed the men that have done these things. You cannot tell me that there is no hope when there's many. There are stories, they are out there. We can do this."
When's the last time you heard about someone slaying a fucking dragon, huh? Never! It always ends in ruin, and for what? He didn't tell us beforehand. What are we gonna do if we get back the entire place is frozen in ice? Then what? Oh, we gave it a good shot! That doesn't save my mother from being frozen in ice!
Who else has
Pat
the
yourself in
Beast
the
Boy
back.
armor on?
Phalos.
I grab Phalos and I pull him over, and I shove the guard back because it feels like he's getting aggressive. I just like
Yeah, a lot of them are starting to get
and I
like,
say,
outraged.
"Look at what we wear. Dragon scale. Real dragon scale. Are you being insubordinate? Are you turning against your unit?"
There is no unit if it's formed upon a lie, and that's my problem with you, with him. You all think just because you can go fight ogres and delve into the ancient ruins that you get to decide how my life is.
Then walk away.
We
Can
have
you
no
hear-
use for cowards.
Let me roll a reaction roll to see how many are still.
You also
Made a
hear
couple.
Mulia laughing in the background, and she says, "So funny, you people. Afraid of one Azdaha," which y'all may know is from hanging out with her, is the Persian word for dragon. She said, "You can't fight one Azdaha, but you're willing to fight 500 soldiers. Your fear gets in the way of your path." And then she walks away.
What is... I also look to Captain Knuckle, too, because I feel like he should be, like, interjecting, but, like, I'm kind of taking the role, like, in the scene in Saving Private Ryan when the lieutenant is, like, about to, like, get into a fist fight with the other guy who's being insubordinate to, like, the captain. I'm kind of, like, in that moment where I'm about to be, like, fist fighting this guy.
Oh, the big
Yeah.
dude who's like the sergeant being
Yeah.
like, "We're in business."
Yeah, he's like, he's basically like, fall back in line, and then the guy's like, "No, fuck you," and then he's like, he pulls his gun out and he points it. I'm kind of like that at that point. I'm about to like point my spear at this guy and say like, "Fall back in line, soldier," because my guy, he's a loyal soldier to a fault. So that's kind of what he's.
Mhm.
Before you do a reaction roll, sorry to cut you off, Anthony. I want to do something a little bit off the kilter here. All right, and first of all,
Relthar.
nobody get mad at me. I'm just role playing.
I
No,
love
it's
it.
all good.
Let's do
Go
it,
ahead.
Relthar.
Playing.
What does Shun have to say?
So I'm going to turn to Bugonia, the bug boy, and tell him, you know what would be a funny prank right at this point? Like right while the guards are arguing with us and our group, I'm kind of whispering over to little bug burp. I'm saying, you know what would be a funny prank right now? If you went invisible and like went behind those guards that are really mad and just said to them, well, we're not going to sacrifice you guys are going to be out front sacrificing yourselves. Just say that to them. And then see if the bug will take the bait and go over there and whisper it to the guards.
Repeat the statement again that you were
Well,
you wanted to say.
I was telling you a funny joke just to have say to the guards, you should say, we're not going to sacrifice ourselves. We're going to sacrifice you first.
Yeah, he nods along with that. He goes invisible. He's like, good idea. And yeah, you guys hear in like a perfect imitation of like the guards' voices and everything, just what Relthar had him say, like, we're not going to sacrifice our lives, we're going to sacrifice you. And then that causes like, so there are like loyalists among, like, it basically is starting to like split down the middle. There's like loyalists that are still like Brother Anton wanting to stay on this. The reason why I haven't had Captain Knuckles say anything is just because I actually did want to see you guys' reactions. But it is noteworthy that one thing you see that this has caused a little bit of a fracture in leadership. As you see Brother Edrin, he's not being loud about it, but he looks enraged as he's looking at Captain Knuckle and everything. He basically is along the lines of like you should have told them, and this is like a heinous thing to just like force upon somebody, that sort of deal. And you can see like a look of like pure fear on his face and stuff like that. Basically, is just like I don't know how exactly he would say it, but he basically is starting to get louder with Knuckles. He's like echoing the sentiments of the city guards that are like, you didn't tell me, you didn't tell them, and the part about not telling Brother Edrin, you can tell hurts him the most. You're leaving the lives of a town of people up to chance, essentially, and you didn't even see if they were like, wanted to agree to do this in the first place. So he's like genuinely outraged and like has a immense amount of fear for his children and stuff like that at the orphanage. Let me roll the reaction real quick, and then I'll have like Knuckle say what I've kind of like thought a little bit on what he might say to all this.
Are you using any of our charisma?
Yeah,
mine's pretty fucking low. So he probably
I got a +3.
Yeah, mine is.
I have a
terrible.
-3. So
Actually,
he
it got
probably wouldn't
+4
play
if you're including the cloak
6.
or the poncho.
I'll add my +2 to Anton's -3.
Ooh,
-5.
okay. I think it makes sense. So a 6, they are hostile, which I think for sure makes sense in this scenario. So there's a little bit of like a Civil War sort of scenario kind of coming up here. When you, Brother Anton, this is kind of like picking up chronologically, when you're like, then leave then. They're like, all right, fine, we will. They start telling people like, saddle the horses. Get as
You
many,
can
like,
go with what's on your box. These supplies are ours, and we mean to take it to Madeira's temple. We have no use for cowards, and you ain't getting any bread.
I'm not gonna starve to death just because you wanted to bring me along to pat yourself on the back.
It's only 2 days back to town.
2 days
I
in the
think you can
shadow.
manage.
Are you mad? Go get ration crates. You can survive with some more. After all, you won't have
Don't
any
touch
more.
it,
You won't
or
have
you'll
our
be a
mouths to
dead man.
feed.
You'll
I
be
shout,
the first one to
I
die.
shout to Phalos. I say, Phalos, get paint. We're going to paint all the backs of the men that want to leave here so they know that they are turncoats and they will always be insubordinate turncoats. And I just shout. I'm getting my character's angry.
Captain Knuckle kind of like yells at this point. Like there's like a monstrously loud yell. I don't know the exact word he would say, but it's something to get everybody's attention to the front. He stands there. He has a pained look on his face, but he says, I won't insult any of you by pretending that this isn't the worst thing you've ever heard. You want to know why I didn't tell you sooner? Because of this. Terror spreads faster than any beast. I didn't protect you from the truth, I protected you from yourself. You don't think I cared for the people of the fort? You think I've never woken up in a cold sweat knowing that every choice I made could bury every soul in that town? You're right to be scared, and you should be. Only fools and dead men aren't afraid of dragons. But listen, fear doesn't get to make the decisions in the Shadow Dark. If you bolt now or take the horses and the rations, the dragon wins without lifting a single claw. We'll die alone in the snow one by one, until there's no one left to save anyone. Our only chance is to stay together. Hold the line. Finish this mission. You didn't sign up for a legend, but sometimes the world doesn't give you a choice. But if you want to leave, know this. I will not let you take the horses, and I will not let you jeopardize the lives of the brave men who stay. But if you stay, I swear to the Nine, even if I have to drag this caravan by my own damned hands, we'll finish this and save that town.
It's getting deep.
Might be my favorite.
You heard him. If you touch the food, you're a dead man. This is your last warning.
Yeah, my character's
I
like,
think
he's
cooler-
limbering up.
Yeah, I cast
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
still
at
on
this
my
point-
club, and I'm getting ready a magic missile.
At this
That's
point, the
like-
most established members of the crowd are like you guys, and then Captain Knuckle. and
How
the
many
established
guards
people.
are there? You said there's 30?
30 in total, and then technically 33 considering the captains and stuff. Captain Knuckle, Brother Edrin, and Ashhat. Ashhat's
Yeah.
kind of neutral about this. Basically say something along the lines of like, he didn't come out here expecting to for it to be pretty, essentially. But Brother Edrin is genuinely like he's on the side of the people that are about to leave and everything. He basically would say something along the lines of like, faith is nothing without practical application, and as an experienced crawler, he's telling you guys there's no beating a dragon. He's gonna go back to town and get the kids out of Fort Fair Hollow.
And we need Brother Edrin for what? What was the original reason we needed him? Or
he has expertise that is like on the same level as Ashhat and Captain Knuckle. The only reason why he's not like, it looks like he wants to fucking kill Captain Knuckle. He basically just like spits at the ground in front of him and everything. It's like you're a liar and you always have been. That's why you joined the Korath Scourge. It's who you are. And he'll turn around and there's like another like murmur in the crowd and like Korath Scourge, that sort of thing.
Brother Edrin, how about this? How about Captain Knuckle steps down for leadership? Because he obviously made a bad decision. And I vote for Brother Anton to lead this mission instead. Seems like Captain Knuckle has made several bad decisions going along the way. And we appreciate, and I look over to Knuckle, we appreciate you trying. But at this point, it seems like it's been out of hand, and there needs to be a change of hands.
There's like a silence that falls over the crowd. Captain Knuckle has a look of like resignation on his face. Like he doesn't like it, but at this point he's trying to stop it from escalating to where it was about to turn into like full combat between both sides.
What do you say, Edrin?
He purses his lips. I'll let you all figure out this leadership situation tonight. We will have another conversation about this tomorrow. He kind of turns to the rest of the people that were about to leave. You may leave if you wish, but you'll have to find your own food. I'll stay to figure this out, and if not, I'll be right behind you.
I'm gonna
And
hop up on
Brother Adrian stomps
wagon.
off. No, I was saying Brother Adrian just stomps off after this.
Okay.
Bindle is
I'll-
gonna go sit on the food cart. Sorry, go for it.
I'm gonna hop up onto a cart or wagon, anything, any elevated surface. All of you, I did not lie. I have heard stories of dragons being killed. It's not impossible. But I will tell you this: if you leave now, you go to death. There's nothing you can do in the current state of Fair Hollow that will be able to handle it. We are marching towards finding a way to handle it. And I'll look at the person that was saying, like, my family might already be dead. Even if Fair Hollow has been lost, the dragon has overrun it, then the only way forward, or the only way to get vengeance upon this creature, is forward. You go back now, and he has overrun this place. You're as good as dead. That's why I'm gonna keep marching, and I'm gonna follow Brother Anton. He's not led us astray yet.
So in total,
Anton, I pledge my service to you, and I'll give some sort of salute or bow. And I'll give you. I will inspire you with my bardic arts.
I want to go to Phalos and Mulia real quick because your characters are more so quiet type characters, but I do genuinely want to know. So for reference, I understand that like there's like the hero sort of deal, but that is kind of like the disconnect and why you see the other side is so angry with you, because you are crawlers, like you're heroes essentially in this type of world that willingly go out into these types of situations. Imagine as a regular person, you get told a dragon is on the way to your town. The leader of this operation did not tell you before you left, so you're 2 days out from your town. Your family could be dead, and they're like essentially the premise of the mission is a maybe, that sort of deal against what are essentially gods on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
There's tales of people beating dragons before the Shadow Dark. That's not something there's no stories going around of like, oh, this person from the Aegir Dominion slayed a dragon and saved the day. That's not the type of world this is.
Sure.
I want to add some understanding, at least the other side. But yeah, Phalos and Mulia, like, what are you guys kind of like thinking?
Mulia understands, because she's an assassin and she has to be covert many a time and kind of mix in with everyday people as a way to get to her targets and all that. So she understands the panic and all that. But part of what she has to do to survive is the ability to compartmentalize. And for her, we are already in the predicament. There's no way to turn back. So we do the best that we can do moving forward. So in that sense, she's quiet. She aligns with Brother Anton, and she recognizes that the soup's already spilled. You know what I mean? So there's no. It's difficult to. We can lament about it, but. Let's just forge forward and figure out the best path ahead of us. I mean, that's her MO, right? As an assassin, something goes wrong, you figure it out, you move forward, etc. So, her character would try to do that. She's not. I have to say she's not very empathetic because she's a noble. She doesn't mix with people, and her whole goal is to try to learn to be empathetic. That's why she left the nobility. So she's still struggling with that.
And what does Phalos the Squire think about this whole situation?
Oh, he just feels for all the people who want to leave. he understands where they're coming from, that fear of what lies beyond, what could be lost if you don't act now. And he honestly doesn't know what to do in the situation, because obviously he's been following Brother Anton's order for years, and has even been with Brother Anton for most of that time. But even now, he just sees these people who want to go home to help their families, and thinks they should be able to leave. Doesn't think they should be scolded for that. Just keeping quiet to himself.
Yeah, I'll just say before we get back to Brother Anton, since this is a very big moment, Cowan, as you gave that story and stuff like that, like I've heard stories of people defeating dragons and everything. They kind of just echo the sentiment that I said, like, you know, yeah, not in what 700,000 years and stuff like that. Like you don't even know how far away the dragon is from the town.
AM after Mornak.
Yeah, they spit at the ground at you at this, and then basically four people leave, including well, technically five, because Brother Edrin is considering leaving, but he's leaving that up to whatever you guys decide tonight. But he's disgusted, you can tell by this, and a lot of people are like having second thoughts upon hearing Captain Knuckle is a member of the Korath Scourge.
Brother Edrin.
What?
Are you not a man of faith?
I am.
Are
He's
the gods
getting...
not greater than a dragon?
Don't you try to talk about my faith to me. My faith has had to guide me through times you can't even understand. And here's one thing you need to know. Saint Tyrannus is about justice. And there is no justice here in a lie. There's no justice in foolish, misapplied hope. It has to make sense. Faith is there to direct you. It's not an excuse for you to just say everything's going to be all right without trying yourself.
I'm not saying that. I'm asking you, are the gods greater than a dragon?
Yes, what sort of argument are you trying to tell me here?
If they are greater than the dragon and they are on our side, then there is hope.
Son, I've been a crawler longer than you've been alive, most likely.
Probably. You look very old.
I know how this ends, okay? There's no escaping a dragon. Faith is what keeps us away from them. And obviously Fort Fairhollow didn't pray enough. I'll wait for your decision. But don't expect me to be sunshine and rainbows after finding out that he lied to me again!
I'm not asking you to be happy about it. Nobody's happy that we have to face a dragon. What I am asking you is to take faith. Call upon your God.
He grips the holy symbol, the tablet, in his hand. You can tell that makes him think, but he just gives you an angry stare and turns to walk off.
It matters not what he does, only what you do next. Do the right thing next.
To explain, I know I just read the thing. The guards are, like I said, regular people, and you can say all the stuff you want. It's like, put it like this: if someone told you a nuke could possibly be on the way to your city and stuff, it's obviously not the same situation. It's just about saving, but just for the scenario, though. Yeah. Imagine somebody told you a nuke is headed to your city. They didn't tell you until it's possibly too late. They don't even know how far away the nuke is, and you're supposed to leave your city to, you know, go figure out how to stop the situation. That's a like ludicrous thing to ask a regular person. Like, to a regular person, a tribe of goblins is a death sentence if you don't have like enough people with you and stuff. Like, you guys, this is like, it makes sense though. This is the disconnect between crawlers and regular people, and that's precisely why I think, to make it simple, why another reason why they're so upset.
Crazy.
Yes, but like, you know, these people live out in like the boondocks, and these settlements don't last that long, and like, these people have had to survive out here. So that's where I'm like, like, I totally get it that, like, being lied to, they're pissed off. They're, like, wondering, like, what the next plan is. They're probably, like, what? We're gonna fight a dragon? Like, I get all of that. I think what I was a little bit confused with is, like, Brother Anton and Phalos, they're literally wearing dragon scale armor. And they're like, there's no way dragons could be killed. It's like, dude, it's like, they're wearing their skin.
I mean, that's why this is only 4 people out of 30 that are like the ones that are leaving right now. Because it's like,
and that's fine.
That's even still, like, just because someone could tell you, I mean, I guess it's different if you have dragon scale on, but that doesn't prove necessarily that you can kill it doesn't
it could
overtake.
Could have been a wormling.
Yeah, it doesn't overtake the overwhelming fear that the name, like, a nuke is the best way to describe it in modern terms. Is like,
it's threatening their home too.
There's also no definite answer on how you're going to defend against the dragon. Just that we're going to go find help. When?
Yeah.
Nobody knows. How? Nobody knows. How long it's going to take? Yeah.
I have an idea for what I want to say, but I don't want to take the spotlight yet.
I was just going to add, sometimes it's not about the dragon, right? Sometimes when we are fearful, we feel incapacitated, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, we just lash out at whatever's around us and blame it. So the dragon's just a metaphor for that sense of helplessness in a way,
And then the whole thing about the logistical
I
problems.
think this is great because it's putting us in a scenario where, like, it's a lose-lose almost.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, a 100% good outcome to this, and I like being in a situation like this because it's interesting.
Yeah,
it's stressful, which is cool though. I like stressful situations.
Compound the fear with the overwhelming fear that, like Mulia said, causes you to lash out. Overwhelming fear not just for yourself but for your family, and like it seems like the lie isn't the big deal, but that is kind of that, and then him being former Korak Scourge are like near the top for why even if they might trust you guys, they're not going to trust this mission in general when they've been, like, potentially, their family could be potentially dead right now and they weren't there when they could have gotten them out if they had known beforehand. And they also didn't tell the town itself beforehand too, so it's like,
and we could edit all of this out since this is, like, more of, like, above table talk, but, like,
no,
that was part of the reason why I was just like, hey, why don't we fire Captain Knuckles? He seems really bad at this.
Yeah, this
I
gives
thought the
context,
dragon scale
please.
armor was actually the guard drakes, like they had killed those.
It is guard drakes, but most people don't know the difference.
Okay, I missed that
Maybe
too.
we don't know. I probably wouldn't.
That was just my impression since we found them with a guard drake.
Yeah,
so.
that makes sense if it is, because then it would make it more rare that they
that
actually
does
kill a dragon or something. I guess Relthar, since you haven't spoken in a little while.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not one for big public speeches. Mine's more Relthar's is more behind the scene and wanting to.
Yeah, I was figuring. I was just wondering what else you were doing.
But he's definitely had the mindset of, like, he's on his way to being a cult leader, so he wants to know, like, who's going to follow what kind of speeches and what things. So he's taking inventory of that. And B, he's very much, separate the wheat from the chaff kind of mentality here. It's like, yep, those ones are running away are fine. We still, the group is the larger of the stronger group is going this way, and they're leaving this area, which is clearly a dangerous area. So he's all on board and just kind of eating popcorn in the background.
I want to keep this part in specifically, though, because I do think moments like this in a story, it's important to give context towards events in a story. So I think that our talks about this sort of stuff out of above table adds some zest to what's going on. But I really do want to know what Brother Anton is saying. People are looking at you right now.
He's never been promoted to such a high status, especially in any sort of militaristic
Welcome
standpoint.
to management.
Yeah, he's usually a very just like loyal follower, and now he's been put into a position of leadership, so he's not entirely like sure what to do, but he will pull upon history. My character's wise. He's not incredibly intelligent, so
Sure.
he's going to use his wisdom to say, like, in the times of old, before all of this, I'm sure this same thing happened in the past. History, if it doesn't repeat itself, it often rhymes. How do you think those who charged the gates of Mornak felt when they were told they were marching to their end? I'm sure many of them fled too, to no help of the heroes that slayed him in the end. And those heroes may have died, but they saved the world at that time. And while the age of heroes is gone, we are now just men and women. But the only thing you can do is fight. Turning and running, going back to your homes. Sure, it's a noble thing to do to want to save one's family. I can't fault you for such a thing, but if you do, then every one of you that leaves us is just a more high chance that results in us dying for no reason. We're this far out, and my charisma is 5 also, so, you know, he's not like the best at giving speeches, so he's kind of just going off of, you know, his loyal brain is like trying to just he's doing mental gymnastics on like why you should just remain loyal, and things work out when you're loyal, basically. And he's just kind of saying like in the past, when the great battle happened with Mornak, adventurers went and they had to literally sacrifice themselves to defeat Mornak to stop the world from being destroyed. And this is like almost a similar scenario, but on a smaller scale for us in this region of the world. So he's sort of using that as like a crutch to his statement, essentially saying, run away and hide, and see how much good that does us if we are the ones to fight this dragon, and you've left. You're essentially killing us by leaving as well. So there's blood on your hands for running, basically.
I'll say that's like the kind of like working into like how the role turned out. Why out of 30 people that are all terrified of the prospect of a dragon, only 4 left. There's been convincing arguments on all sides for sure, but yeah, it does result only 4 leaving. Brother Adrian is pending, but he's not here right now. But
I would say one final thing that I would say to everybody is, if I am to become a leader of this troop here, and I just kind of look out to everybody. There's crawlers and guards all piled up in a group, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just everybody in the caravan. And I say, like, I assure you that I will charge head first into danger before any of you. And I will be the first to die if anybody does for this cause. I took a sacred vow, and that vow is to banish evil from this place, or die trying. And that's all I can do, is try. And then, I don't know, where's Captain Knuckle at this point?
Captain Knuckle would be kind of like, he would, upon the prospect of him being like removed from leadership, he's still in the front, but he's not like standing up like on top of like a cart and everything to get people's attention anymore. He's just observing the whole thing. He looks extremely torn right now. Like, it's the sort of situation where he looks extremely guilty, and you kind of get the vibe that this is just something that he probably would have told, but he anticipated this sort of reaction, and you most likely guessed that you'd be hard pressed for it to be 30 people that came along with you if they knew beforehand that a dragon is coming to, like, you know, the place where they live. They most likely would have tried to like evacuate the city.
And
so,
it's also
yeah.
not his sole decision too, I would imagine. It's Duke Cedric's also, right? Because he put him up to this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, this is, you can kind of guess that's like
maybe I mentioned
something that leadership
too,
yeah.
where I kind of say like you put all the blame on Captain Knuckle, yet It is our Duke that sends us on this journey. All your ire is towards Captain Knuckle, and Captain Knuckle's just trying. Which is... what more can a man do but try in a time like this?
You you feel somebody tug at your leg, and you see Wilbur is like, he is like shivering in complete fear, like almost like vibrating with the level of like shivering that he's having fear. But he's like, I'll come with you. I want to protect my friends and stuff.
I'll lean down to him. What's that, Wilbur? You wish to accompany Brother Anton to fight a dragon?
I'm gonna go with Brother Anton to. He can't finish the statement that he's gonna fight a dragon, but he is. I'll go with Brother Anton if he's gonna.
You can just
fight
nod.
A child! A child is more loyal than some grown men here.
None of us have an excuse.
The four people just kind of scoff. They're like, they can't be. They're like frantic and stuff like that, and they start getting ready to leave and everything.
Are you not entertained?
Standing on top of a wagon, shouting out.
Eventually, it does. Captain Knuckle does approach you, Brother Anton, and is like, "If you're serious about taking up leadership, I won't stop you. Whatever will keep this caravan together. But just know I wasn't lying to you. I wasn't lying to you all." Talks to the rest of the party.
I pat him on the shoulder and I say, I can take a pseudo-leadership role, but in all honesty, I don't have the charisma for this. I think you are still truly the leader here. I'll just be the face for the people to look at.
We still need your expertise. You have much more, you have many more years of leadership than us. But for the sake of morale of the group, Brother Anton should take up that role. But you must lead us from behind.
He nods and he gets ready to walk off to just his tent, and he's just like mumbling to himself, "Brother Adrian's right. I'm a liar. Always have been, always will be." And he basically just thanks you guys for not like flipping out on him, and he'll just walk off.
Knuckle.
What is it?
Those are things you were. I don't see them in you now. That word may not mean much to you, compared to the voice in your head. But you should know that someone sees who you are now.
Dead men are only judged at the gates of the afterlife, my friend. All that matters now is what you do to prove it. That you are not a coward. That you are here to save these people. Don't worry about what these fools say about you. It's poppycock.
It mostly seems like he's the most bewildered and hurt by Brother Adrian's reaction and stuff. You can tell a lot of those words stung deep, because that's really his biggest life shame, what happened to the Seven. But yeah,
we're gonna have to kill Brother Adrian now.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to kill both. All of them. We're gonna have to murder everybody.
We have to get Mulia to assassinate all the non-believers.
A tense
We're
night.
starting a cult. We're becoming the bad
Mulia,
guys.
We're over there.
A tense night follows. Eventually, you do hear you're woken up by a little bit of a scuffle, and you guys kind of see the four people that had left. They tried to sneak back in to get some food, but you see, of all people that you're surprised by, Brother Adrian basically Warhammer in hand, is by the time you're coming out of your tents and everything, kicking them to the ground and telling them to run off and stuff. He basically, I just want to do a time lapse sort of thing. He will stick with the caravan out of respect for Brother Anton, but this is it's a very begrudging sort of thing, where it's he pretty much doesn't want to, but he almost feels honor bound as a member of the Church of Saint Tyrannus, and also kind of piggybacking off of you guys come having some extremely great points and stuff. So I want to reward that sort of thing.
Well, thank you.
You managed to avoid a literal tragedy because I did have it like when I rolled hostile for it. Depending upon what you said, it was going to turn into a full civil war where I was about to roll initiative. Because you're telling people to go out to the Shadow Dark with no food, but their fear of your combined force is greater than their fear of starving to death. So 4 people leave out. The rest of the night passes. It's still extremely foggy in the morning. You can't see more than mechanically near distance away from you. But eventually, Captain Knuckle will tell you, just have like Brother Anton accompany him to. He was supposed to meet with Thornell Vakesh in the morning because Thornell wanted to speak with the leader to make an official announcement to the town. Well, like, what's going to go down.
I'd go with him.
As you guys gather at the front of Bloomburg, where the Elven caravan is set up, Thornell stands on a little makeshift podium that he, when you recognize his like artwork and everything, he literally spent the entire night just designing a podium he's only going to use once. But yeah, he steps up and he announces that half of the town, the most able-bodied members, will travel with the caravan from Fort Fairhollow to the Temple of Madeira, and then the other half will be coming with him. And as he's giving this announcement, you all see a small, thin shape pierce from the fog. An arrow lands in the wooden podium right next to Thornell, and you guys recognize on this arrow, it's just like the face and hair, but you recognize the face or the skinned face of one of the 4 people who left. And you start seeing the sky turn like more of those thin shapes start piercing from the fog. Let me go ahead and change the music real quick.
You're muted, Ian. You're muted, Ian.
Ian,
What are you saying? Say it again.
Sorry. I was like, that doesn't sound good. So we have a Leatherman sort of situation.
Yeah.
Ed Gain is
Arrows.
How to use bows.
Arrows
thinking
start
of Minas
flying in.
Tirith.
You see various body parts are attached to these arrows with like jagged tips and stuff like that as they land, and it's just various body parts from the 4 people that left the town the night before.
Sounds about right.
You all hear the sound of snarling. There's like this, you recognize it immediately as the snickering, like the sinister laughter of gnolls in the distance. Mass amounts of them. Shapes start appearing in the distance in the fog. It's just like that sort of thing. And yeah, you see a drove of them heading towards the city. There's like kind of like, what are you guys doing in this like sort of like split second sort of scenario?
My soldier instincts kick in, and I do like a get down, Mr. President, on Vakesh. Not Vakesh. What's his name?
Thornell.
Yeah, like I shove him down, and I kind of like have my shield and my spear, and I like draw them, and I'm like looking around, trying to see where all the arrows are coming from.
Yeah,
What is our
Godrill.
position right now? Are we outside?
Yeah, you're in the front of the city. Captain Godrill at this point is like, "Gnolls! Everyone get to your wagons immediately!" He starts like directing people and everything.
Yeah, that's what Bindle would be trying to do too, if we have the time, trying to build basically a wagon wall, where it's like, basically you would scoot the wagons and then abut them to where we actually like have a position that we can, a firing platform more or less.
Yeah, it's like a series of guards. Like, gather only essential belongings now. Like,
Circle
everybody's
the wagons.
panic is starting to come in. It's like the arrows are coming in. You guys have to duck down. There's still
I'm
a
yelling
ways.
at people to get back to the fort.
There's still maybe a minute and a half, 3 minutes away, that sort of thing. The guards start trying to coordinate a defense with you, that sort of deal. So I'm gonna start. Give me 1 second.
Missing, like,
Defend the supplies.
20?
If we lose the supplies, we're all fucked.
How many did you say silhouettes? Like 20?
I don't think you're able to count at this current moment.
I love to
It's
hear
easily
that.
over 20 or 20 to 30 of them.
Yeah.
I'm hearing
Finally, mass combat. No.
5. Equally balanced encounter. CR1 5.
Yeah, we'll be. Yeah, well, you surely will
Let's
be
see here.
fine.
Godriel.
Are we on the map?
Yeah, I'm about to switch you guys.
Oh, cool.
Godriel turns to you guys. We need to defend the city for as long as we can. Get out as many citizens as we can. So it's basically a mixture of you guys as elven guards and then also you guys as members of the caravan. Some of them are heading to try to evacuate citizens into wagons to get them, to head out the other exit of the town and stuff like that. Your
Oh,
assignment
we're
is
in
to,
the town. Okay.
Yeah, your assignment is to last 8 rounds.
Okay.
8 rounds. All right.
Even if it's only one of you that makes it out, all you have to do is last 8 rounds. And this, I want to say, this will have direct impact on how many citizens survive this encounter. Let me see here.
Okay.
Oh, I got this. Don't worry.
Nice.
I can go invisible for 5 rounds. So
We haven't updated our.
You can get in.
our stats.
You can get into the tree. You can get into the house.
Let me see here.
I'm gonna wear a barrel like a armor.
Eventually, the elves do the whole the elven guards do the whole shield wall thing, Roman style.
Hmm.
I'm assuming they're like off screen.
Yeah, there's battles going on in every part of the city right now. I just didn't want to take too long with the description, but yeah, on every side of the city, like guards basically on both sides, the elven guards that from House Norn, and then you guys, you're basically just assigned protect your section of the city as long as you can, so we can get out as many people as we can. But there's battles going on as you guys get to your section and stuff. They make sure you can get to an area so you're not just hailed by arrows defenselessly. You're on near the outskirts of the city. I would say in the western section. There's battles going on all throughout. Like it's chaos. Some of the gnolls are.
I want to turn the music down just a little bit.
Oh yeah, let me do that. Sorry.
It went bombastic and it got really loud.
Yeah, this song does get kind of loud sometimes. Sorry.
It got real crazy real quick.
Is that good? Or is that too loud?
Yeah, totally good.
All right. Let me see here. But yeah, there's combat going on throughout the entire city.
I
so
tried to tell them, don't leave.
I will roll.
Blood is
a
not on my hands.
Who wants to roll the d6?
Are we supposed to see these gnolls in the fog of war?
When they appear in front of you, you will see them for sure.
I see them in the fog of war, though, is what I'm saying.
Oh
Captain,
shit!
my captain, do you want to roll?
Yes. 6,
Whoops.
3. Do I have true sight? Is that how I'm able to see them?
How's that
No, I didn't
looking
mean to.
for wagons? Or wagon shield?
Hey, that looks good. Looks like a wagon to me.
Gave away a whole thing to it.
Does everybody else see them, or is it just me?
Yeah, no, I gave them vision by accident. That was my mistake.
Yeah,
Damn.
we don't see them.
Shaking my damn head.
Gave away the whole positioning for it, but it's all good. Let me see something real quick.
It's okay. Players don't have object permanence, so we don't remember where they're at.
Yeah,
Right.
just pretend you don't know where they are.
What are we doing?
Yeah,
What are we
what,
playing?
Knowles?
Exactly. I don't know what
This is a shopping episode, I thought.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Whack-a-mole. I don't see any more. If you're still worried, I only seen those like 4 that you had on there.
Yeah, I'm just making sure of one thing because I just realized if I gave their tokens vision, I gave some others vision as well back. So
Oh
that's just
no,
fixed thing.
YouTube. Leave down in the comments below why Jonathan. No.
Yep. Tell me how bad of a DM I am. Destroy my life. But no.
Engagement bait.
Yeah, let me
Easy
see
engagement bait.
here. What did you roll? A 3. All right.
A 3. Oh, see.
That makes sense considering that you guys are completely
Yeah, it
caught
does
off
make
guard by
sense.
this attack. I should probably put down 2
He's
little
doing
things.
it to me because I always roll high for initiative.
Yeah, for reference, when we play in Anthony's games, he always rolls insane for initiative. So this is payback. Let me just designate this as.
This is gonna be the sad scene where I die like what's the elf's name that dies on the wall at Helm's Deep? Caleb?
Haldir.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like Haldir.
No. Talk to-
All right, 6, and then you got. Oh wait, no, wrong way around. Hold up. But okay, so starting off an initiative,
What can men do against
Did
such
roll the
reckless
6.
hate?
reckless hate indeed. As you
Uh,
hear,
my HP
I
is a
don't.
lot higher than that, by the way.
yeah, you adjust your HP for sure because this is I hadn't updated your tokens
Green
yet.
is AC.
AC, correct.
15,
Yeah.
and I have 24.
Why are you getting so
Hey.
much? How
I don't
come
know,
your
I just been getting lucky with my HP rolls.
All right, but
HP
reckless hate indeed. As you hear just the snickering laughter. Does anybody speak diabolic at all?
I do.
Of course I do.
Whoa.
Chaotic warlock.
But of course,
I'm imbued
down.
with the
It's the first thing I
demon's
studied.
don't be
blessing.
ridiculous.
Sounds like kindergarten for me.
Yeah, it's basically just this. Like, you hear the as Knowles emerge from the fog.
Oh hell.
These nearly 7-foot tall hyena men covered in blood and viscera. They run over to you, and yeah, anybody who can understand diabolic, it's like just this chaotic mess of thoughts where it's like, flee the bones, no, powderize, yes, powder, that sort of thing. It's just that they have like this chaotic way of speech. This one is going to move towards Rothar. This one is going to use a dash action to emerge from the fog. There'll just be a series of dashes that go here. That one
Oh, I'm
dashes.
stupid. I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, it begins.
That's why I
Alright.
drew him where I drew him.
Oh. I feel like
this
I was
one-
the only one that could see them.
This one, yeah, you probably noticed it before everybody else did. There is a wagon wall in front of Findal, so I'll just say that other than the knoll that's in front of Relthar, all of them use their dash action, so including the knoll that's at the wagon wall. I'll just say that's like his turn to try to climb up it, that sort of deal.
Cool.
So let me see here. That, however, is not the most concerning part of this. It's not horseback. It's not the sound of somebody on horseback, but you hear choo 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 choo. Something fast emerging from the fog, and you see larger than the rest of these knolls, covered in just like the skins over of the people that left, the 4 people that left. It has the remaining parts of its skin draped over it like a cloak. It's known as a flint. These things are basically just mutated, monstrous gnolls that organize them into, like, organized squads and packs, that sort of deal. He is riding on top of a large bat-faced K9 type creature known as a warg, and that he rides in is gonna be pretty rough. So I'm gonna have the gnoll in front of Relthar make an attack first.
8 rounds. So we're on round 1 of 8.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to add him to the turn order. Hold up.
I'll accept a 0.
Brother Anton, cut the head off the snake.
So
I have to die in this. This is scripted. It's a scripted cutscene where I die.
A 14. Does that hit you, Relthar?
Oh, of
Just
course.
made you leader.
That's
I've
2
been wanting to
damage.
die since day one.
That's 2 damage as this gnoll stabs you with a jagged spear into your thigh. The only other ones that can act, Mulia, this flint is going to target you.
Okay.
First, I'm
I
going to
add
have
hit
it.
points to myself for some reason.
Hmm?
Well, if Brother Anton can add hit points, I want to add hit points too.
Yeah, I'm level 4, so I had leveled up and I rolled
What?
up.
Why did you get
We
to
all-
level up?
We all
leveled
did.
Yeah, you're all should be
Over
level
there.
4.
Did I miss? I
Oh
must have
yay,
missed that
burp the
episode.
fairy!
I think I missed that too. I'm still level 3.
Shit,
Oh, level
my
you guys up.
SMH my
I
head.
think. Do you guys want to pause real quick to let you? Yeah, we should pause real quick to let you do your thing.
This was like
That'd be good. I need to use the restroom.
last.
I just needed to.
All right. There's gonna
During
be
the break, I died.
Yeah, we had to take a quick little break, but back to it. Mulia. Oh boy. All right, so the warg is gonna make its attacks first. Let me see here. It is notably bigger than your average warg, and you'll see why in a second.
Oh no, he's gonna do what I do. He's gonna make it eat you.
16, does that hit?
Yes, 16 hits. I'm
So you-
at AC 16.
You take 3 damage. It bites you in the shoulder with its bat-like jaws.
She screams in pain. Ow!
You can see it gets a little bit into like a shark's like style blood frenzy. Its eyes go black as it uses what it's is a part of its next action. This null, basically a warg. It lets off a sonic screech that nearly deafens you from how close it is. So I'm gonna roll a d6. So essentially, oh no, each creature. So all of you guys within. Let me see.
Ear size cube.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a near-size cube from it.
Oh, I see. Sorry, bud.
Oh, but technically it's a cube. Yeah, you're right. Let me see.
Yeah, this world, whenever the world ended, circles got removed from geology.
It
So
was devastating. All the circles disappeared.
Yeah. So Phalos, Mulia, and Fendal, roll me a d6.
oh no.
I spoke a little bit out of turn, so I have to. actually
Anthony,
resolve
if you
it
can
before
check
I
your message from me.
narrate.
I don't remember.
I got a 5.
I don't think I do.
2.
Didn't we get them from the Beast Boys?
What's he
Somebody,
asking about?
the special crossbow bolts.
Yeah, a couple of you
got
guys got some special shit. Yeah.
I don't think I took them because my character's bad with crossbows and I didn't want to waste them.
Oh,
I
okay.
had them at one point, and then I gave them to someone else because.
And then somebody dropped them.
I took them because I'm mostly a
That's
shooting
right.
type.
Were they like +1 damage or?
Yeah.
I don't.
They were +1 and counted as match points.
Relthar, the hero of
Gotcha.
men,
Phalos
passed them.
succeeded.
Was it just to damage or damage and attack?
Just the damage, since they're just crossbow bolts.
Gotcha. Cool.
Mulia,
Okay, so
Fendal.
essentially a 5 and 6, you beat the Screech. A 1, you lose your next action, but a 2 through 4, you're okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time describing the effect, but yeah, essentially the
Okay.
way the screech works, it's a supersonic screech that attempts to disorient you. So you only lose your action on your next turn if you roll a 1. However, if you don't roll a 1, each time you quote unquote succeed this, it increases the number needed for the disorientation by 1. So the next time it uses this effect, you lose your action on a 2, and then it refreshes once you are disoriented. It goes back to 1.
Gotcha.
Is
so
that
for
an actual
Mulia and
stat
I,
block?
No, I adjusted it.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a
okay.
warg stat block. Yeah, but I just added.
That's
this
cool
feature.
because it's kind of using the bat.
Yeah, it's a time. It's
feature.
a
Yeah, yeah,
time.
no,
it's a
super
time
cool.
cooker sort of thing.
Right.
But it's gonna attack you with its 2 flail heads, Mulia.
Oh no.
Okay.
Jesus.
Mulia.
I know, right?
Mulia, no!
I just
She
chose
can
the. I just chose the
can
closest.
shadow
They're
step.
chaos.
It's the polar
Yeah.
bear all over again.
You can shadow step and use your crazy.
They are chaos, so there's
I
no
keep
rhyme or
wanting to say
reason.
Shadow Kai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no rhyme or reason to why they pick targets. It's just whoever.
The Black Lotus is within you.
It has 2
And luckily
heads.
that doesn't hit.
No, it has this. It has this 3-headed flail, and there's like 3 skulls, 3
Oh.
fanged skulls that emanate with this dark energy. But it misses you with those 2 strikes, though. So that is the end of the enemy's turn. Sorry it took so long. I was trying to get everything together.
No, you're fine, buddy.
But yeah, it is. It's you guys' turn right now.
Oh boy.
Who wants
All
to
right.
go first?
I've got a thing that I can do. Mulia, Phalos, get behind the wagons! As I cast web on the knoll, the warg, and the flynd. Basically a square. I'm not too sure how to do it. In
A square web? What kind of world we live in?
well, that's how it goes. So I think this is how
We
you
have
do it.
non-Euclidean
What is this,
geometry
Minecraft?
and,
Nope, nope.
Yeah, somebody needs
That's
to
not-
bet the Greeks.
What are you trying to do?
we skipped the wheel creation of humankind, so they just never invented circles.
Just
It's not
lumping
quite.
along.
Basically, it's like a half a square off, but basically I'm doing it like that. But it would go to the top right by like a half a square.
Yeah, it hits those
Mhm.
three. Basically.
It's basically it's a far distance to cast. It lasts for 5 rounds, and for them to move, they have to beat that 16 strength check.
Damn.
So basically, how I would flavor this is that like instead of webs, it is like a bunch of roots from this tree that come up and just
That's
start
cool.
entangling and snarling them and trying to bring them down.
That's insanely clutch. I'm not even gonna lie, because I'm sweating right now. Like I said, this is that's good.
This is why I'm a fucking wizard.
All right,
Fear.
so
You underestimate the power of players.
And for my movement, I'm gonna try to
Anyways, here's 4 hill giants.
get on top of the wagon wall here to stop the knoll from getting atop it.
You're trying to kick it down, that sort of thing.
Basically, I'm trying to get an advantage by being on top of this wagon and being like, get the fuck away from our gear, as I'm like bringing up my club. But that'll be for next round, and that's my turn.
I'm gonna take a shot at this one that just bit Relthar with my crossbow.
Here's your
Alright.
time to shine.
Lamb.
Would be a 12.
12 hits. Are you?
Cool.
You're hitting the null, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
kill
gonna-
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it take a bite of him and or did it hit him? Who got
Yeah,
it?
From
I
a-
forgot.
From a
to,
player's perspective, it actually feels really good to just be able to kill weaker
really
enemies
does.
like that.
Right.
I'm gonna clock it in the head, and then I'll yell to Anton. We'll clear the path for you. Take out the creature. Take out the leader.
I nod. This Relthar, I usually like to let the squishier characters go before I take my turn.
Are you gonna attack and move, or just move? Because
I think I'm gonna
shoot.
attack and move. I'm gonna try
All
to.
right,
hit
let
this
me
null.
shoot. Let me shoot first and see if I can kill it.
Sounds
I will
good.
bravely move to the back.
Bravely ran away.
Yeah.
And I have the magic.
Sir Robin.
ran away.
I have the +1. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Pulled out of his liver.
Hell
did
yeah.
one
Fucked up.
Which
I
one
did
are
a
you
thing.
on?
Oh.
I'm killing Anton so he's free to run away.
Killing Anton so he's free from this mortal coil.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So you fire at the null. That's in front
I'm
of
gonna
other
be the
Anton,
leader.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, as part of my amazing actions, I'm gonna tell I'm gonna tell Bug Boy, hey, you know what would be really helpful is if you made those annoying sounds you do to me all the time, but use it on those guys and like direct them to scare off. I don't know,
He
like,
he
this
rubs
one or
his
something.
he rubs his chin. He is amused by this, but you do get the vibe that he's seen something like this before. You know, he did describe what you know as demons entered his realm of existence. But yeah, he will be trying to take your quote unquote command. And did you kill this null
First
right
step
here?
yeah, I hit, and I assume we just kill, or do you want me
Yeah,
to
it
roll?
landed in its jugular and it died.
Sick.
And Relthar learns what the juggler is for.
I will then take my turn to run across the way as I'm like getting ready to stab the knoll, and he gets hit in the neck and just plops over. I shove him down with my shield, and I run across the way. I do kind of want to try my spear out. Maybe we have to do 8 rounds, so I'm going to try to save my spells.
Yeah, you have to survive for
Reach,
8
doesn't
rounds.
it? You could probably hit
Same,
it.
yeah.
And the web lasts for 5 rounds.
Is this round 0 or 1?
I think
This is round
Uh,
1.
plus,
Yeah,
so
basically when it comes around to my turn, that's round 1, and then it kind of keeps on going from there.
Okay.
Okay, with my spear, I have a +1 from my talent, roll, so it's a d20 plus 1. I miss. Unless because he's grabbed, I have advantage.
Oh yeah, you would have advantage because he's
Ah, yes.
grabbed up. By...
Okay, I
Oh,
miss.
well.
I lunge at him, but his armor is like oddly. Maybe I see like a face strapped to his.
This thing is a densely packed creature of muscle. Like it's nearly 8.5 feet tall. As you stab into it, it feels like you're stabbing into armor. Like it draws blood. Like you stab him into his shoulder, that sort of thing. It draws blood. You see he licks the blood coming out of the wound and smiles at you.
There's a lot of meat on those things. That's 2 days of rations there.
Yeah, and I
Get it.
just I just shout at him as I'm like getting ready to attack him again, and that's my turn.
I think we have.
I can go next.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'll just go after the warg in front of me, and I'll use because my infernal chain of annihilation has been screaming at me since I got hit, and so I'm going to use it now to hit the lash at the warg.
Mm.
And
Are you
I
activating
think,
the fire on it, or are you just a regular attack?
I can activate the fire for 5 rounds. I'll do a regular attack for now, and you save the fire for later.
Okay.
So that's just a 5, I think.
Yeah, it's it off 16, so that's 5 damage to the warg, right?
Yes.
Yeah, its paws are currently wrapped up in these roots from Findal, so you stab into it and it shrieks at you.
Oh,
And
you
then-
could have.
And I
you
think
should
you
play
get
up that
advantage.
flaw.
Oh yeah, you get advantage. Roll to see if you get a nat 20.
Okay, I can do that.
Your razor chain just screaming at you ever since the arrows flew in. Now is our time!
Oh my god, I did. Oh my god. That's a good call, thank you.
Yes. Yep. So that would be 12 or sorry. Yeah, 12
Just a
points of damage. Holy shit.
I think it's just 6 points of damage. It rolled the two
Well, that's the
threes,
thing,
right?
is it's
Yeah, that's not it's not a nat 20. It rolled a 14 on the die. You have a plus 6 to hit with it.
Oh,
Wait,
okay. I thought it was an
Yeah, no, that's
when you hit
it
when you
was.
hit with a nat 20, when you hit with a nat 20, it'll turn green, and if you roll a nat 1, then it
Gotcha.
turns red.
good
So
call.
I don't want to take the
Derp.
sails out of your thing. I was just saying.
Yeah,
Um,
he took the sails out.
We'll
of my
take it
thing.
out
And
of
then I'll move
out of
back.
it.
Sad
Let me see,
trumpet
5,
music.
10, 15, 20, 25. I'll move back into over here just to get out of the way a bit.
Yes, come back and protect me, your
Yes.
leader.
And
That's 8 damage,
that's my
right?
turn.
Let me see something here. Phalos, I think that's all you.
Yes.
the last one?
So I have a
Valos,
question for you. So
Cloud
this gnoll is currently stuck on the web, correct? So it can't chase after me.
Yeah.
All right.
Said like a
The warg is like the snout of the warg. Like where is it? Is it like floating out where I can easily reach it without running on the webs at all?
Yeah, it's a series of routes, so you're not in danger of like being caught in
Okay.
it, that sort of thing.
So then what I want to try to do, seeing this thing just did this massive scream, I'm going to take one of the grappling hooks I have and some rope, and I want to try to like bury this grappling hook into the snout of this thing and then wrap the rope around its mouth to try to like tie it shut.
I'll say this is. You can use dexterity or strength. I'll say this is a contested physical roll with the warg.
Oh boy,
Dash
-1 or
around with
-4. What do you want to go with, boys?
Well, you're gonna roll a nat 20 anyways. You're the hero of this tale, so
Right, you're right.
Doesn't even
All right.
matter which.
I'll do strength. It's the lower of the two negatives. So
Yeah.
all right.
You have to
Come
beat a
on, buddy.
14.
No.
wow.
Bro.
Minus
tie
one.
goes to player.
No, I have -1, so I
Oh,
didn't put the
shit.
minus in there right away.
Oh, damn it.
You almost get bitten on the hand. It's a good idea, and I would actually suggest while you have this thing tied up, do whatever you can. But yeah, you try to like wrap around its jaws and everything around its throat, and you almost get bit in the hand as it like
I'm gonna be up over here now.
snaps at you, that sort of thing.
That's how you get scurvy. Do you want scurvy?
I don't think you know what scurvy is. That's what all I got for my turn, though. I was trying to muzzle this dog, and it didn't quite work.
All
That's
right.
everybody.
Let me see here real quick. Also, is this too loud? I feel like the music's getting loud.
What?
It's okay now.
Okay, all right. It's louder for me on my end, so that's why I always ask 24/7. Cool. So, before we roll initiative again to see who goes first on this round, starting on round 2, this is what I was talking about how the outcome of this battle will help. So I'll roll a d6 at the end of each round, and that'll determine how many citizens get out at the end of the round. So 3 citizens, a family of 3, rides out on their wagon at the end of the round. So let's go
Wait,
ahead.
aren't there a bunch more gnolls out there? Do we want them to leave now?
They have like the elven guards are basically setting up areas like weak spots, that sort of thing, where they can escape the city, because that's the objective of the guards, to like engage the gnolls, so they, basically focus fire away from the citizens.
I think it's pronounced gnoll.
Gnoll, no, I don't think.
Yeah, it's Gnoll.
It's
It
definitely
is?
Gnoll. There's a G there.
Tonight. Gnoll.
Obviously. Gee.
Well, Gnoll
Can
is
anybody set this tree on fire?
Oh fuck!
Does anybody have flames?
Yeah, somebody has to beat a 6 for initiative.
Uh-oh.
I can use to that.
Oh,
Let me waste my roll here. There you go.
sounds about right.
There's always got to be a balance somewhere.
I'm gonna address the Flind first. The Flind is gonna try to rip free from his bindings.
No.
That's
DC
his,
16.
that's his whole turn, though. That's all he can do.
Yep.
No, that's not fair.
He breaks free. He can move
He-
still.
He laughs and diabolic.
But can the warg move?
That's the other thing.
I have to roll for that.
Now, young man, don't cheat me out on this.
Laughing and diabolic is actually crying.
Yeah, he lets out. It's just this grating voice as he's like, "Cute little trick," and he snaps free from the vines and wooden brambles and stuff. Oh shit! Hold on.
Oh my god, what's
Jesus,
happening?
what
What's
was that?
What's
happening?
going on?
No, I just went to the Roll20 screen on my other screen and stuff, and it instantly loaded all the rolls you guys had done. Sorry.
Oh, that's great.
Whoop whoop. That's fucking hilarious.
So let me roll for the warg real quick.
He cast nuke and it was rolling 300 d6s.
12. Yeah. 82 rolls later.
For the warg is still restrained.
But he can jump off the warg now and 1v1 me.
Yeah,
a true
but
man.
The Flind can at this point move where he wants to for his movement.
Yeah, the Flind is gonna jump off.
Here's my moment to die epically.
Hell yeah.
He stares at you, brother Anton, and you see he backs away slowly into the fog,
Oh.
almost inviting you in with him.
Don't take the bait, brother.
All right, let me see here. So that is going to be the gnoll that is entangled as well. Let me roll a strength check. 17. This gnoll breaks out, slobbering at the
Son of a-
mouth.
No, their
Gnolls on
attack rolls
top.
will be higher.
Bring it, you filthy cur.
It's going to climb on top of here. It has plenty of movement to do so.
What level spell is web?
It's a 2. Level 2.
Oh, first let me roll healing for you, Rothar. He's well, actually no, he's gonna do. I'm gonna have the Greg take his turn because after this because I forgot to have him do it last round. Let me see here. So
Is he packing a wand of
It's
fireballs?
still pretty strong for a level 2 spell, I would say.
yeah, that's gonna be 2 attacks just from both gnolls climbing up to get at
Oh,
you.
no. And you're level 4, right, Ian?
Yes, I'm a level 4.
You only have 9 hit points.
Yup,
Level
as
4.
usual, I roll. I mean,
No.
I'm also a wizard, but here's
You're
the
right,
good
you're
thing:
Oh,
is that I have a 17 AC from bark, skin, and the shield.
Nice.
Plus, I can sack the shield.
oh, those are both misses. I see.
Yeah, they
Okay.
both
Yep.
miss you.
I was looking at the damage and crying because that's a lot of damage.
I'm thinking in the back of my head, thank God that brother Anton was helping me out with this. As it's smashing against the shield, and I'm just dodging back and forth. I'm too fucking old for this.
And the Greg's turn is pretty quick. All Burp is just gonna turn invisible for. Let me see.
Come on, that's my move.
I mean, he
That's
does.
my move.
He's tiny as hell. He's not going to just walk up in broad daylight to let them see him. I didn't
I
mean
can
to
tell
be
if it's the music or if my dog is whining.
It's real far.
Invisibility.
It's Ralph are whining.
Yeah, he just turns invisible for 3 rounds, and all he would have done for his turn was just move up to the warg that's tied up. I think he
You
would.
had to
3
custom
damage.
input these, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I see.
and that is all of the villains. It's you guys' turn now.
My immediate want is to charge towards Findal. But I don't know if like Phalos wants to go before me since you're closer.
I could always roll to see if I kill one of these gnolls.
Yeah, that works too. I
Alright.
could charge into the Fog of War. I don't think I
Yes, let's see it. Come
1v1 the
on.
flame. Let's do it. Go. Be a fucking man.
So just to see if I kill one of these gnolls to maybe help you with your decision, my staff kind of like magic starts, or my shillelagh, the magic kind of infuses it, and I cast my magic missile out of it to the guy just below me.
Kame.
I
Oh
think
my
that.
God.
Oh wait, it's advantage
It's
because
advantage.
it's magic
Yeah,
missile.
yeah.
Yep. Oh my god, the same roll. Okay,
Yeah, it's so-
that's terrible.
It's so
I
close.
don't have magic missile.
You have a gnoll at your feet, and then you have a gnoll trying to like actively stab you to your side on top of this wagon. So you just try to fire this magic missile, and it just sails wayward.
Yep, that's
Goku
my
didn't get the
that's my turn.
Kamehameha.
Yep.
That's okay. I'll come save you.
Jonathan, let me ask real quick. These gnolls up here, are they on top or under or next to the wagons? Can I see them?
Yeah, you can for sure see them because they're like you see like Findal like having to, like, trying to like kick away the gnoll at his feet, and the other one that's standing on top right next to him.
I'll try to shoot one that and not hit Findal.
That's so tragic. With advantage too.
With
With
advantage.
plus
Yep.
6.
I got one. Are these minions too?
Was that a crossbow shot to which gnoll?
Yeah. I'm assuming that one.
Yep. Yeah, you strike him like in the back of his neck where like it meets the nape of his neck essentially. And he goes-
Abschützen.
He goes stiff and falls down the wagon.
Nice.
I feel like you guys all just want to see me charge at this. No.
On the
What should I
contrary.
do?
You want some light? Why don't we throw light over there? Let's light this.
You can always kill the warg that's like on the ground.
Oh, that's right. The warg is still
Yeah,
there.
was
you
a-
can smash that thing before
Yeah,
it
it's
gets
got that
loose.
screech.
I
and
stare
all
and
that,
I'm like
yeah.
looking like out into the mist as I don't see where it went. And I look to Calvin and I say, "Careful, it's still out there.
I know.
Hold the
Don't chase it.
line!"
They're ambushes. We need to fall back and build a more defensive position.
I run over to the warg and I attempt to attack Lay Warg. D20 plus 1 for the first attack, of course, and a natural 20 for the second attack.
Oh, that 20 hit this word. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
2d8s. 9 damage as I stab down into it.
Describe to me how you kill this this warg.
As it's like shrieking and attempting to break free, Phalos like tied something around it, right? Or
He's
no?
I
attempting
tried
right now.
to.
You're trying to,
I
or you're like,
messed up.
it's like it like tries to like maybe like snap at you, and as its mouth opens, I just jam the spear as far back into its throat as it goes, and I just feel it crunch through a bunch of organs as I rip it out.
All right. Who else hasn't gone?
I'll go next.
Yeah.
So there's one more gnoll over there. So I will move as
Be a
fast as I can.
trendsetter, people. Be a trendsetter.
20.
That's right.
Good no, good no.
I really don't like Ganol. I'm going to be quite honest with you. That's,
I love Gnol.
It's triggering.
That's about as far as I can go. But I think my my chain should be able to attack it, and I hit it for one damage. I think this time, since it's only one of them, I'll turn on the no, I won't. I'll just hit it for 1 damage.
which one was it?
The one right next to Findle.
That still kills it. This is a minion sort of thing, so you're experienced enough to literally just be able to instantly kill this caliber of creature.
He's right there, laying there.
Yeah,
keep
Also, don't
thinking that
forget, Mulia
you're whining.
+2 applies to attack and damage.
Oh, because it's a magic weapon. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
Fendel, as this Knoll is trying to bite at your feet and everything, a razor chain comes flying out of nowhere and Lee tears its throat out.
I'm kind of like looking at like the gnoll that got like a bolt through its neck, and the other one who got like head ripped off from a razor chain. Oh, thanks for the assist.
Mulia grins.
We are the descendants of the
winds up the
adventurers,
chain.
after all.
I thought I
Well,
was a
that was
goner.
an easy combat.
Nope.
Fellas, we need more light. Can we set this tree on fire? Do you have
I don't-
steel?
Will light penetrate through fog, though? Like, it's
Yeah, it's fog. This isn't darkness. It's only dark because that's the only method that I have of like, you know.
Oh, wasn't this at night that they attacked?
No, this is in the morning. Or
Yeah,
this,
this is
took,
daytime.
this took place while Thorno was.
Although
getting
a
out.
burning tree would look really epic in the battlefield.
For sure.
It would be cool to just do it.
This is their sacred white tree of.
Oh my god, though. The sacred golden tree of Bloomberg. It makes
I'm gonna
stonks
keep
only
moving
go
over
up.
here.
It's made of real bitcoins. Darn it.
I'm just gonna have, since there's no Knolls currently around, I'm gonna have the Burp the Grig is gonna just use his Fey Dust, one of his uses, to heal you, Mulia.
Oh, thank you.
You kind of see Adam. Yeah, you don't know where it comes from. He's currently
What?
invisible. You
She
just
only
see
took
it.
1 point. I took 2. What's he doing?
He took
Traitor.
3 points of damage.
I'm like,
So
what?
we all
what?
get +2.
I see my
No,
wounds
just him.
close
I mean,
up,
just,
and I'm just
allies
like,
within near. Yeah,
Yeah, it says allies within near.
Whoa,
movement.
Jonathan, you're breaking your own game.
I forgot. how to-
Allies within near.
Added way
I
too much
stay within
healing.
near. I take healing.
All right.
I mean, it's only
Now,
3
as long
times
as
per
no
day.
giant monsters come out after us, I think we're gonna win this combat.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask. Did my vision of like the creature sound like this at all? Or did I get triggered at all?
No, your specific target, which you in the vial, is a wolf of a wolf
Okay.
thing. The Knolls are a completely separate thing. They're just an issue
More
that
hyena.
yeah, the guards that said that they were getting more dangerous. But yeah, Mulia, you heal 2 hit points.
Thank
from
you.
this- yeah, the spectral dust. He gives you a
Nice.
salute, but you can't see him because he's
You can see
invisible. Yeah, that's the
We're
end
professional.
of the round. I'm gonna roll to see how many citizens get out.
We're re-rolling initiative.
That is
Do you want us to roll, or do you want me to roll
You're
again?
quite spry.
That's initiative though, right? One.
no. That's for how many citizens get out this round. That's just one.
Mulia keeps
It doubles.
looking around her,
Wow.
trying to figure out how she got healed, and she's rolling up her razor chain, and she looks over at Findle, she's shrugging. You did this? She has no idea.
I did indeed. Geed
I
protects
didn't really
us.
take an action last turn, Sock. So I'd like to use mine just to try and inspire Findle real fast.
All right.
Findle, the new main character.
I guess so. And
Let's
I'll
try.
roll a d6 for our initiative.
Yeah.
Cool.
Whoa.
5.
I was bringing up that too, Jonathan. I didn't do anything, and I'm just looking for my stuff what I could possibly do.
Yeah. No. Do your things real quick. I didn't realize that you guys hadn't gone. My bad. I had a lot
fine
going on
stuff.
my end. So
I didn't realize
Mutiny,
the
mutiny.
warg would die in 1 hit. Being honest, I thought that thing would stay up.
It already took damage.
Findle, you
before
have a
that,
luck
and then-
token now.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
It had 9 hit points left from Brother Anton.
I figured give the magic users those keep their spells.
Honestly, I'm probably just gonna
Appreciate
run over
it.
by Findle, knowing that he's very squishy, and just kind of be standing near him, just like, all right, I'm here ready to fight with you. All right.
The
Thank you,
Dragon
Ogpalos.
Guard. Phalos, the Dragon Guard.
Got my sword and shield out.
Can Could we use Wilbur as like a shield of some kind?
Wilbur is not currently
He's not
with
here?
yeah, no, he's with the people that I assume would be like getting evacuated. Let me see
Would
here.
Jonathan kill a child in his game?
Also, my web is still out there, unless you kind of deem it different, Jonathan.
Oh yeah, okay. Let me put that back down.
I mean, it's kind of up to you. I was looking at the spell again. It's a little bit ambiguous, being like, does it only work when you cast it, just everybody in there, or is it kind of like, webbing
Maybe it's
that
like-
lasts for 5 rounds, and if you go through, then you get.
I would say it
end
makes
your
more
movement.
sense for it to be webbing that lasts for 5 rounds, because otherwise
Cool.
the spell's kind of.
It's
little
just
bit-
outclassed by sleep at that
Yeah,
point.
it's a little bit janky wanky. As the
It's
kid
good
said.
though, because it unlike sleep, this doesn't have like a level cap on it.
It's
so-
like right here, right?
It
Yeah,
was
just
like
down
a
a little
little
bit
bit
more.
down. I don't know if you are
I definitely
able to.
wasn't in it. I was
But
right
it was
above
basically.
it. So if you put it like right below my character,
I'll put my character like basically on this corner right here.
see, if we were using owlbear, you could drag that shape.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
true. That's the one downside.
Hey,
But-
Sock.
Huh?
Real fast. While we're in this kind of limbo state between rounds, I'm just gonna have Colwyn move up. He's gonna climb up on these wagons and then up onto the rooftop. He's gonna try to search around to see if he sees his little guard drake friend in the forest or the fog.
It's just hard. You can't see anything past near. Like it's really the fog is extremely thick.
He's gonna let out a whistle and just try to get its attention if it's still there. It's
mhm.
he cares about it. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure. Let me see here. So everybody did their thing, right? Then we're good to go to
Yes.
round 3.
Now we're
Yes.
good.
Maybe Phalos can like ready his action if you'll
Oh.
allow it.
You can ready an action if you want. And I allow that sort of thing.
You didn't roll initiative, did you, Jonathan?
Not yet, no.
I mean, I'm just ready. If anything approaches, I'm ready to stab anything if it approaches me. It's pretty much all I'm doing. Like I'm standing here to help just defend Findle. So I know he's not as if he gets hit, he could go down faster than me or most of the other.
We can always.
Yeah.
I
That
say
makes
that,
sense.
but like my skin looks like oak bark, and it almost like fuses with the shield.
keep our healer alive.
All right, so that is. Also, Calvin, you don't have to. I didn't mean to. I was experimenting with temporary HP when I was making the grid, but no, it just heals HP. So if you're already at max, it doesn't like add an additional one.
Technically,
Oh.
we go first, but maybe we just let the monsters go, so we have targets.
Yeah.
So there's not temporary
That might
HP.
be it.
No, I don't know how that.
Not
I feel
in
like that
Shadow
might
Dark,
be.
it
Not in,
doesn't work
I don't
in
think that
Shadow
would
Dark.
necessarily. I feel like that's a little bit too high power for Shadow Dark specifically. But at the time when I created the feature, I was experimenting with it. I just forgot to remove it.
Okay.
I don't want to be a mean DM. That's why I was making sure.
No, you're the cruelest DM ever. I had actually
Thank
few
you.
hit points.
You're not being
Um,
mean enough. None of us have taken
How
damage.
dare
you guys.
Such a jerk, man. No.
Yeah, you guys go. It's your turn.
Can we? Well, I guess that would be up to everybody.
Yeah, I guess can we delay
give the
until we have
enemy-
targets?
Yeah, only issue is that there's no. You can't move and take the ready. Like for example, if you ready your action to strike, you can't strike and move. It's just you would either.
We're more so
Yeah.
saying like, can we choose to fail initiative so the enemies come out?
Oh, okay. I
first,
see what you're
and
saying.
then
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Yeah.
That way it would work.
Let me see here.
Tactical initiative failure.
I'll ready my crossbow.
No, Caleb, it's not our turn yet. Can't do that.
Not allowed.
So you
Go
guys
back to your
willingly
room,
lose. You guys willingly lose initiative.
Yeah.
Go to your
We're
room.
on what? Round 3 now?
I'm in my room.
Yeah, we're at the top of round 3.
I'm in my room.
Cowan.
Lilo and Stitch.
3.
Cowan, roll me a wisdom check.
Can I just say this is like the best session ever?
Cowan?
I'm
Yeah,
glad
it's
you're
pretty great.
having fun. I'm glad you're having fun. Cowan, roll me a little wisdom or perception check.
Okay.
You say we hear giant stomping sounds
That's a 2.
His eyeballs fall out his
As
head.
a 2. It's just
Plus-
frantic going on. I just want to say, while this fight is going on, you guys are doing well, but you hear people. There's slaughter going on both sides and stuff like that, screaming throughout the village and everything. So it's like
Sorry, that's
pure-
a 0 actually. I have a -2.
legitimately pure chaos. Let me see here. I think these ones are just going to.
Does the map keep going? Oh no, it's a little square. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just trying to
Itty bitty
decide.
square.
I was trying to figure out if we had a reason to move from where we were or not.
Let me see here.
Should you guys be outside the wall of wagons?
Can we be outside? You're asking.
No, I'm saying should you be? Like, you guys are all positioned out there.
Oh yeah, I'm a tank. I
Okay.
can handle it. I'm a tank master. 1975.
One Null is
One
Null
nice.
is not the wiser as he appears from the fog
Snipe.
and attempts to go after
Howdy.
Brother Anton. I don't think he can. No, he can't move. That was the dash action to be able to do that. So he just goes into a rage. Let me see here.
I'll hold them off. Run!
Kill it super brutally.
Stop
to
trying to die,
allow
brother!
the rest of them.
And I'll probably just have this other one run out here, and this one is going to make an attack towards Phalos.
Ready to action?
It is.
I was
Currently...
I was just about to say, like, can I swing it at the same time before it's or?
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack.
All right. It's gonna be a D20
Spear
plus
through the throat.
2. That's a 21.
Yes.
21 hits.
Nice.
Yeah, you really stab it through as it appears and leaps towards you.
Yeah! Yeah! You just see me jumping up. I have a halfling, like jumping up with my sword
Yeah.
and cutting this thing down. Right, these gnolls have 1 hit point because they're minions, right?
Yeah, you kill it.
Yeah!
Yeah,
Yeah!
you guys are welcome for that roll, by the way. I'm just-
Oh,
I knew
yes.
you're a better fighter
came
than
up with it.
Anton.
I think the Flynn grows a little bit tired of this, of waiting, so it is going to just emerge from the fog.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Oh
it.
yeah.
There they be.
I'm like got the
Right.
shield out. The knoll ran up, and it's like it like slams into me with its body weight, and then the big one.
And to be transparent, the reason why I was taking a minute is just because I was trying to, I basically was having each Knoll roll a wisdom check if it can resist its bloodlust and hide instead of coming out. But no, he wants some blood. So it's going to go into. Let me actually see something real quick.
They have knoll stat blocks in Shadowdark, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Here, distance. Give me 1 second. It has an area of effect thing. So I'm
Gnolls
trying
are like one of my favorite bad guy.
to- same.
You know,
They're pretty.
they're
good.
so much fun.
Yeah,
So none of the other
they
ones.
are just truly chaotic evil at its
Yep.
most basic level, basically.
He goes into a rage and he's going to make his 2 attacks towards you,
Oh,
Brother
boy.
Anton.
My AC is 15 with my shield plus my Black Dragon scale.
Chain. Are you at a 0 dex?
I am at a -1 dex.
Ooh. Okay.
So a 18 hits me, but the 8 does not hit me.
I'll just narrate this real quick. So the 18 does hit you, but this comes up when, Kyle, when you try to cast Hold Person on
I
this Flynn.
apologize. I didn't mean to do that. That was an
Okay.
accident.
I didn't know if you were
But-
trying to. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
So
'cause
the
it's not even
18,
in range to do that. So
the 18 hits you. You take 10 damage, Brother Anton, as it slams you across the face with this skull, like, flail head. And it's going to use maybe a wisdom check.
Oh, God.
You feel dark energy wash over your entire body. So we're going to
Isn't
see
that
something.
what you're supposed to be good at, though,
well,
Anton?
I have a +1.
Okay.
18.
18,
Yo.
you succeed.
Fuck yeah.
You feel the
What I
warmth,
do.
the holy light from Saint Tyrannus expels this abyssal energy from your body. That
You
is the
go down to
Flynn
14 hit points after that big, massive hit.
That is the Flynn's turn. So that's all the enemies. You guys can
My
go ahead and
blood.
go.
I'm spitting up blood after that. He half healthed me with one hit, basically.
Ooh.
Anybody who hadn't used their ready to action, it's all up to you now.
I'm gonna try to snipe it. It's Flynn that's attacking my captain.
We're
Better
in
me than the
round-
rest of you.
We're in
I'm
round
happy to attack.
3, is that right?
Yeah, round 3.
Okay.
I miss.
Yep, your crossbow bolt sails past.
Start loading another one.
I'll move and shoot. Relfar goes for the minion. Ooh, miss.
Just a chaotic scene.
It's okay, Ralph. You'll get it next time. Don't worry, bud.
Mulia will go after the Flynn with the razor change. Step forward here. And then
22
hit for
hits.
4 damage. And then she'll move back.
Yeah, it's 7 damage.
The one that you see right there is if she has her. The
Yeah, I
flame
don't
thing
have the
active.
flame
So
on.
it'd
Yeah.
be 6 though, because you have a +2
I didn't know
weapon.
magic weapons also apply that to damage. That's actually pretty.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I think I've
Yes,
had magic-
pretty nasty.
I've been forgetting that when I use magic weapons for games.
That's not good.
So 6 damage.
Nice.
It rakes across its flesh. And yeah, you move over there.
Yep.
Who else is going?
Suppose I should.
I'm gonna
since
wait
I'm
until
here.
everybody else goes because I'm thinking I'm gonna pop another web.
Attaboy.
So I have a minion next to me, along with a big knoll in front of me. Is the big knoll looking? How does it look damage-wise? Probably not very hurt, I would imagine.
It looks at the wound across its chest. It's bleeding profusely, but it's not enough to make it even think.
I'm going to. I am going to lunge towards his kneecap, and I would like to attempt to slow his movement, or like half his movement, basically. While still trying to damage him, but I want to try to damage his knee, maybe, because he's so big. So I would imagine it's like kind of chest height his knee is. I'm just going to try to lunge, if you'll allow me to do that.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll add. Usually, what I do for targeted strikes is it adds +5, maybe a little bit too much. I'll say it adds +4 to its AC. So just make your tap.
All right. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
12. I don't think that hits.
12, so it misses. Yeah, no, it's able to. This thing is battle experienced, so it dodges out of the way swiftly.
Okay. I'm going to, with my shield in front of me, start backing up towards my party. I get kind of like here as I lunge at his knee as I'm backing up. As he just hit me, I have like a massive gash in the side of my face, and like you might even be able to see some of my like teeth showing. Like it might have like ripped part of my cheek off from that hit. I'm bleeding like out of my mouth. It's like running down my chest as I back up.
Right.
Still trying to hold on to my spells.
Burp the Grig is just gonna try to.
I love it that he's named Burp.
Yeah, he lets himself be named Burp. He likes it, so he's gonna wander over. I'm gonna have him make a stealth check with advantage. Really hope he doesn't die immediately, but we'll see here. 17 for his for the Grig stealth check, and I'm gonna roll for the Flynn's perception.
Oh, because you can smell
I think
him.
Relthar hopes he dies immediately.
What is this? Oh yeah, I have to roll for the other knoll. Good
Whoa.
lord! It looks down. It smells the Grig right there. Fortunately,
Why is he
it's
charging
not.
into battle?
You told them to use the confounding tune. They're just aware of his presence now, but it's not their turn, so they can't attack him.
Oh, he's listening to me as a leader. Okay, I'm okay with that then.
He's gonna use a confounding tune.
Whoa.
So he's gonna choose to. He's gonna reduce the Flynn's next attack roll by 1d4.
So he moved into melee range, even though the thing is ranged far.
This is the DM not remembering every creature's abilities off the top of
Ah,
his head. It doesn't have any consequence since he has double near movement, so he can get the fuck out of there. But I forgot that.
okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
What's going on my Yahoo review?
Yeah.
All right,
2
so-
stars. The GM. Ugh.
You guys hear this cacophonous sort of lute sound as it makes the Flynn like actively sway on his feet. And he's gonna hide behind. He's gonna hide behind this wagon area right here.
Good
You
call.
did a great job, little fairy.
All right. Before anybody tries to destroy themselves, I'm going to try to cast web again.
Yep.
That succeeds. And it will be a
Yes.
DC 13 for this square. And I'm going to do it right. Let's see. 1 second. Figure it out.
There's a setting with the measurement thing. If you see where it says linger, yeah, just click on linger. That makes it stay.
Sorry,
Oh,
keep
okay.
coughing.
Linger. Where is it? There we go. Linger. And I want it to be a corner, but it's not wanting to do the corner.
What did you press the corner?
I'm trying to. Maybe it's edge. Oh, okay, there we go. Kind of works. Yeah. No, 1 second. 1 second. Sorry.
You're all good.
The controls. Okay, so I think what I can do is like this. For some reason on the corner it's still not like doing it, but basically there we go.
If we were at a
Yeah.
table, you would be able to just draw a shape on a board.
Exactly.
That's why I like table.
Okay, so that now turns into a web DC 13.
Alright, DC 13. And let me roll for how many citizens get out at the end of this room.
This would be round 4 we're on now.
Yeah,
And I
we're going
think-
at the start of round 4.
Fallows has gone.
I had a ready to action.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
had a
missed
ready to
his-
action, but
That was
That
you
was
guys'
like
turn.
my kind of like me not taking Latern's action. Like let me be prepared for this turn. It was like a weird like wash in between type thing. I was fine with it. I was going to attack the null anyway, but me using the ready action over waiting made it so he didn't do any damage to me potentially. So I was totally fine with it.
That's the way I balance ready to actions for something that's like for Shadow Dark, where you can designate, okay, like I want to hide behind this wall and wait for him to come around the door to make my attack, before it's my next turn and stuff.
I guess that makes sense. So it
But
would
then
burn
you can't do
the
anything else.
It would burn like the action for 1 turn, and it would burn the action for the next turn.
Not for the next. This is all 1 round. It's just it kind of took a little bit, took a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 3 citizens get out. Let me roll for initiative. A 1, you guys go first, if you want to.
Yeah. I think. Do we want to?
Yeah, we at least have bad guys we can see.
Yeah.
I messed it up.
Whoa. Oh my.
It's not where it was. Hold
Oh
up.
my god.
You can do your thing. I'm putting the other one back.
The web.
Well, thankfully I have a ranged attack. Sorry everybody else, I'm stepping over at what everybody was going to do. I'm going to step on top of this wagon, and I'm going to, I'm going to hope my rolls pick up here. I'm going to try to cast Smite against the
Wait,
big knoll.
Before you do, Anton, show him the wrath of your god. And I will try to inspire you.
Oh no! Your tongue falls out of your mouth.
Your voice is Calvin. As you try to inspire Brother Anton, your voice is drowned out by the screams throughout the village. So
Makes sense. I start trying to. I run my hand across the spear, and I'm trying to imbuke it with the smite, with divine smite energy. Let me make sure. I think I have a +3 to this. I do have a +3. Please, yes, it succeeds.
Smite!
I cast
Yes.
smite,
Nice.
and I
Nice.
lunge like a spectral version, like a white golden spectral version of my spear across the way for 1d6 damage. It's probably gonna do 1 damage, knowing my luck. Ah!
6
Dealt
damage.
at the big knoll, obviously.
Yeah, you this holy energy sears the flesh of this demonic humanoid hyena creature.
Yes, and then I just shout like Saint Arachnus as I throw that like a Zeus lightning bolt, but it's holy, basically. And then I hold my ground, even though I'm fucking bleeding really profusely, but I hold my ground on top of this wagon.
Also, you may be in the web.
Okay, I don't stand right there. I stand like, you know what? I hop down then.
It's looking like it. This Flint is definitely at half HP. It's bloodied for sure.
I'm bloodied. He's bloodied. Even trade.
This makes him go into a little bit of a frenzy, though. It looks like he gets a little bit more emboldened by his rage. But who else is going here?
I can go. I think Mulia's ready to turn on her shadow step at this point, and she'll shadow step over here and use her infernal razor chain again,
Oh shit!
and this time with the heat damage as well.
You have
Dirty
advantage.
20.
Oh, you activate the fire
Oh, yeah.
along your razor chain.
That's right.
Those 7.
Nice.
It's just such a badass visual to me. I picture like Ghost Rider or something like that. Like your chain
Hell
just
yeah.
like flames light along this razor chain as you slash into him. So
Yeah. She has all these tattoos on her head. She wants to like tattoo them red so that they glow when her chain comes on and do some magic that way, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah, and then she's gonna. So since she shadow stepped here, actually I get double damage because I don't get it. I hope to get it because I think I get double damage for surprise attacks, like if creatures are unaware of my presence.
Ooh.
Did you smoke step over there?
I smoke step over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. hmm
DM.
Is that possible?
Damn.
She did
It's possible.
smoke step. No.
So I want to be fair. I'm going to give him the chance of a perception check. Roll me a stealth check, and you have advantage because you're a Roskadai.
Okay.
Makes sense. That's fair, I would say.
Because he
A
is
stealth
aware that
check.
you are in the area. It's the sort of thing where you're trying to
Okay.
catch him
Dexterity, I
before he
think.
can react.
11 and 21.
That's 21.
Well, damn, that's a big one.
Let's see here.
Sorry, Flint.
Oh.
No, he doesn't. You caught him
Close,
off guard, so you
though.
deal double damage. That's what is that? 10 damage?
14.
14 damage. You describe to me how you kill this Flint.
Yes.
Okay,
Fuck yeah.
she smoke steps over to the Flynn, and she
Just got hit
she
by that
twirls as she smoke steps. She twirls in a circle, and as she twirls, she releases the razor chain, so it loops around him, and as she pulls it back, it circles around its neck and totally like goes in one round, decapitating him. Sorry, I should not genderize this creature. Decapitating it and finding its bat head will just like plop and roll down.
Yeah, there's this flaming chain. Yeah, it decapitates this Flint. Nice.
And then I will move away just to get away from the knoll a little bit. And that's my turn.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
Fucking dope.
Cool.
Is that everybody's turn?
Ass,
Annihilated.
acid stuff.
Crazy.
Belthar can only move with his crossbow, so I just move.
Okay, alright.
Oh yeah, 'cause you have to spend movement to reload.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured the other times I was loaded, ready to go, but not now.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Four.
Yeah, all we can
Alright.
see is one knoll trapped in in the entangling roots.
Are you winning, son?
Going on the villain's turn, you guys are focused on the knoll that's trapped in these roots and everything. It's trying to bite at it and stuff. But before I make the strength check for that one, Cowan, that perception check I had you make last round, you only hear it too late as you're like the creaking of wood behind you as this knoll is going to try to make an attack with advantage on you.
Oh no.
Oh,
It
shit!
hid within the fog last session. That's the one knoll that succeeded its wisdom check to wait.
Don't worry, there's like 20 more out there.
I imagine you're probably looking at me because you just tried to inspire me and it just comes up behind
16. Yeah, so it deals you 3 damage as it pierces
this
you
is-
through the side.
That's why I got the nat 1. We'll say that.
Yeah, it cut off your speech as you were...
Yep. Brother Anton! Ah!
Yeah. It
Yeah,
does
so you get
Scarface assassin comes up behind you.
You get stabbed through the side by this knoll. You see it's like its eyes hanging out, that sort of thing. It just never like it, healed this like wound from the past.
Ugh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Nasty.
It's very
I say,
Nasty
no, Cowan, you're gonna chip its teeth.
that
It's
was
like
the.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just thinking aloud. That's the end of round 4, starting in round 5, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just rolling. I'm just remembering so I can roll.
It's like Relthar, he's got like the, oh god, a 5. He's
12
got like
citizens.
the darkest dungeon affliction where he shouts out negative banter and it stresses everybody else out.
Yeah, that wasn't for initiative, thankfully. The 5 was for how many citizens get out this round. So
Sweet.
a total of 12 citizens have been able to evacuate, at least in relation to your caravan. They're escaping other than that, but this is for you guys, this section. How many
Just
survive?
rolling initiative this time.
Remember, we have to feed these
I'll
ones.
get it.
We don't want high rolls.
And this is last round on the blue web.
Oh wait, that's
The
good.
same result as last time. So you guys
I
go
gotta
first.
do.
I don't have much to do here, actually.
I'm just gonna run over to the end of this cart. I'm gonna pull up my crossbow. And I'm gonna attempt to shoot the knoll that's trapped on
Oh, that's right. There's a guy.
the web. If I can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'll
go ahead and do that.
Right, I'll pull out that fancy King's Bart crossbow you gave us.
Yo.
Let's see, D20 plus nothing. That'll be a 16.
Yo.
He's also.
Way to go.
Technically, you have advantage because you held him the web.
Yeah, you would have had advantage, but either way, you still kill them because they're one shot.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
12.
But if it had been
I'm
even-
sure 12
shit.
might hit as well. I don't know. I rolled advantage. It's fine.
Whoops, hold up.
I tell
Yes.
everybody, Calvin wants to one-on-one this thing. Let's let him prove himself. He wants to take on the dragon. He needs to start with this knoll.
I deleted your web by accident. Ian, can you put that back real quick?
It's still there.
It's
still
there.
there for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah.
it's
I got
not
the
on
blue and the green web.
Okay, all right. It's not on my screen for whatever reason, but it's
Oh.
fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
I'll just give you the heads up if you're going through it so you can tactically do something different.
Round
We'll
5. You guys
use
are
player
near.
gotcha, and we won't tell you until you're already in it.
That's what Anthony will do.
No, I
So-
won't.
What are you doing to prepare? There's still the sounds of gnolls in the distance and stuff like that as they're very close to breaching the walls. Or is anybody
Gee,
else? Yeah.
Is there a way I could jump up on the roof to help Brother Calwin up?
I'll say that since you have a whole turn, you have a whole round to do that, so no roll needed. Yeah, you can climb to the top.
Well,
Hold
let's
on.
ask Calvin, are you coming down, or do you want to stay up there and fight?
forgot
Actually, I
the
wanted
knoll.
to do a little something with it. if
Yeah, I
okay,
forgot the knoll
okay.
was
If you
still
wanna-
there.
if-
My bad.
Yeah, if you want to do something, go for it. I was just coming to get your back.
I appreciate it.
I forgot he was
appreciate
even right there. My bad.
it. Is the, and you might still actually be able to help, but did it bite me or like does
It
have
stabbed you
less
with a
than-
spear through the back.
Oh. I'm gonna. I imagine I'll lose a little bit of balance as that happens, being on this rooftop. I'm just gonna grab the spear as I go, and I'm gonna try to basically use my weight to bring it down with me. I'm gonna start rolling down the thing
That's cool.
towards the wagons here.
Yeah, that's thinking creative.
That is going to be
Dope.
this is going to be a contested strength roll right here.
Can I use dexterity?
The only reason why I don't know, if you're trying to like pull a 7-foot tall, like hulking creature and stuff, it made sense when when Phallos was trying. I let him use Dex because it's a manual dexterity based thing to tie a rope around a warg. But this is a contest of physical might that you're trying to do.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
They don't have an insane. It's just a +1 to their strength, so it's up to
I've got
the
like
dice
a
gods on
-3
this
or
one.
something.
Let's see how the dice gods favor you or not.
I didn't mean to roll that with
Jesus.
advantage. That's a 16. I didn't mean to roll that with
That's
advantage.
Well, as I'm falling, I'll just roll towards the edge. Does that count as my action?
Usually, if it takes a roll, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't ever want to feel like a restrictive DM. That's why I'm apprehensive.
No. That's
yeah.
totally how.
Because that is like you're trying
designed.
to. Yeah.
It's fair. Yeah, it was a silly plan. You're good.
No, that
Go
was
for it.
cool.
Yeah, you didn't fail by
Yeah.
more than 5, so there's no negative. You're not like taking fall damage essentially.
Yeah, I was yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so you roll
I
off to
guess-
the side of to like the corner of the roof and everything.
Yeah, I think I wanted to take him with me, kind of like roll him into the wagons, but since that didn't work, he'll just kind of like roll with it and what do you call it? Basically use it as an escape and fall off and just kind of tuck up against this wagon. Maybe roll under it. Like that.
Let's see here.
Shit, Calvin! As I move up and try to beam him in the face with my shillelagh.
This
is what you got, dog.
Grayskull!
This is what you've been training for.
Prepare to receive Keith's love.
We have black and white flashbacks
Oh,
of the
it
training
did not
session.
work.
Eat her
6.
done.
It blocks it with it blocks your attack with its spear and smiles at you.
Has plot armor.
I'm gonna
It's
thread
now
the
the new
needle.
BBG.
It's
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
go
right
ahead, Rothar.
between Findal's legs into the poor beast. So 13, my +1. I didn't add. Yes, no, maybe.
Oh, sorry, I was handling something. 13 hits. Yeah, their AC is 12.
Oh, fuck yeah.
damn.
It's always between the legs shot. Gets
Jesus Christ!
Knoll
Whoever that
falls
is.
off.
Crossbow bolt sails past you, Findal, through the legs, and it lands into the knolls. I want to say that it was like attempting to like crawl around Findal's after it blocked its strike. Slowly, as it does so, crossbow bolt flies through its remaining good eye, and it falls to the ground.
Nice.
By
that
Keith's
magical
grace,
bolt.
watch yourself, Rothar.
Shun was protecting you.
You felt the wind on that one.
As I'm like panting because I feel that like Findal to get up on the roof was like this like old man
Yeah.
scramble.
Bert
Grab my
the
magic
Greg
bolt while you're up there.
is gonna heal you. You get healed 6 hit points, brother Anton.
Whoa!
It only has 1 use left of its healing, but
Ooh.
That's
yeah,
really
these-
good. I'm
Is he
back to
close to me?
20.
yeah, it shakes its cricket wings, and these like spectral sort of like fairy dust, like it closes up your wound on your face
You
mostly.
can say it sprayed us with fairy dust. It's fine.
Yay, I'm back to full health.
That's
So I
6
think
hit points.
Phallos and Mulia haven't gone, and Brother Anton.
Yeah,
I
don't
shot
have.
I shot the knoll in the web at the start of the turn.
I don't
Oh,
have
okay.
I don't have a thing to do at this current moment because I see no targets. So,
Yeah.
I hate to do nothing because I have nothing to do, but I guess I'll walk up and I'll hop over the cart and land next to young Phallos, and I hold the line with him. You know what? I'll try to do something I'll probably regret. I'm gonna touch Phallos on the shoulder and I say, "Good work, boyo," as I attempt to cast Bless and give you a luck token.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hey, you get a luck
Yeah.
token.
Dude,
Power
I'll
of
mark that
Saint
down.
Taragnus.
Thanks, brother Anton. I've just been doing what I can. Help protect everyone.
You're doing good, boy. Keep it up. That's like I'm trying to rearrange my jaw.
And I remember, just because I'm half your size doesn't mean I'm a child.
And
You're
Mooly,
right.
if you want through the blue web, I'll just drop the spell because it's going to be going out at the end of this round anyways.
Oh, great, thanks. Yeah,
I don't know how to delete it though.
Yeah,
There we
I'll delete it. Yeah.
go. Perfect. Thank you.
All
I'll
right.
roll
I'll
out.
join
from under
y'all
the-
here. I'm not sure where to go from here. And we'll be on standby, I guess, for the next group.
The final wave. Yeah. You
I'll
guys.
roll
Frost
out
coming.
from under the wagon, kind of nod at. Thanks, Burp. I appreciate you.
I'll move up here a bit.
He looks terrified and he just doesn't answer. He just nods and goes to hide behind the wagon.
Surely that half ogre is somewhere putting in work.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
I think you actually hear his roars in the
How
distance.
many more gnolls are in the dark, I wonder?
Well, you will find out at the top of round 6. It is the final wave. You guys have managed to, through some good tactics, survive so far. But now comes the final gauntlet.
Spellcaster's OP.
Let's see here.
As the toys
Web is
is,
really strong.
Web was extremely powerful.
No, that actually was a godsend for sure. Because emerging from the fog. I'll say you see these ones first.
Oh shit!
More
Emerging
meat
from the
for
fog, you see
grinder.
3 gnolls. They're like running between the alleyways between these buildings and stuff like that. They're like falling over top of each other. One of them like bites the other one in the face to like move ahead and stuff like that. As they're just slobbering. They have their rage active right now, all of them.
Nice.
So we're gonna go ahead and roll for initiative. This makes sense. They are the most
Ironic.
motivated ones.
Let them come.
Who's
Roll
coming?
initiative.
I'll roll a d6. Fuck!
5.
Shit, close.
All right, so these gnolls are gonna go first. They come piling out of this alleyway. The first one lands in front of Mulia. The other one is gonna target Brother Anton.
Yes.
And
Let
how much
them
movement speed do
come.
they have here? 1 second.
Either near or double
Hey,
near.
Jonathan, you're the GM. They have whatever speed you want them to have.
No, I'm following according to
Exactly.
the stat block.
Near +5.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
They're
trying to get.
They're
That's-
enraged right now. They can
If
move
it-
farther than normal.
Yeah, if it looks like we're in range, we're in range.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. I
that's
didn't
the
know.
thing. Is near is not a actual static
Yeah,
number.
it's like a
Okay. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to.
no. We're
No,
we're,
you're doing
we're
great, you're
doing
doing
really
great.
good.
Cool,
so
cool.
you could dynamic difficulty us and kill us.
As a good
Um,
GM should always do.
I think
Yes.
just fully barreling through this section of the wagon wall, you see the Flynn comes around the corner, riding on top of a boar.
Whoa, another
Oh.
Flind.
Oh fuck!
This one's riding on top of a boar that's covered in scars and everything.
Oh,
it has
man.
jagged like metal parts that have been put over top of its tusks and stuff.
Oh hell yeah!
And this Flint is missing like half of his jaw, that sort of thing, as he
that's cool.
runs at you.
Relthar, do your thing.
I say
Yes.
to Regnus, check
One
your
on
orb. It's
one.
the second
Guard,
flint.
guards, come save me.
Yeah.
Do that thing
on
you do
one.
all the
Oh,
time.
One on
no.
one.
I'm gonna handle the Flynn first. Let me actually put this area of effect up. So just to be transparent, the Flynn, one of their effects is that they give all gnolls within near distance a +1 to attack and damage rolls. It just hasn't come up.
They're all in near. You don't even
Yeah.
have to draw that. They're
Yeah.
in near.
Yeah.
Also, does it smash through that wagon?
Yeah, the boar fully
Fuck yeah!
makes
My- our
wood
loot.
chips fly everywhere.
My loot.
I'm gonna have the boar make 2 tusk attacks first.
Oh my god, my sweet rolls.
My gear slots, no.
The boar
Oh,
misses. It
no.
still has wooden chips
Wow.
stuck in its face, so it's not.
Lucky. I think I killed you guys with a boar before.
And the Flint is going to. Yeah, you did. Let me see here.
Boars ain't no joke.
Okay, he's going to make 2 attacks towards you, Relthaw. It does have its rage active. All of them do. Just wanna-
Shadow gods. looking down upon you.
Ugh.
Lucky the only one that
22.
the only one that hits
One
you is
hit.
the
Only
22.
one hits though.
Oh,
Out
I
of
have
4
a-
attacks, you're
I
very
have a
lucky.
21 AC. I'm so close.
Um,
It's non-Euclidean AC. You have to
yeah,
roll
so
it.
you have so
It's a prime numbers.
you take 3 damage as it slams you in the chest with one of its flail heads. Go ahead and make me a
Bring out some math shit.
give me a wisdom check.
Euclidean geometry.
Oh,
AC.
wisdom? Are you serious? Oh no.
This is what these things thrive on.
You're
chaos.
very wise. You're very wise. I believe
No, I
use
I do wisdom checks at disadvantage because of my
I know.
Having a
mask.
counter
It's
spell
the, it's
with
the curse for his
Pythagoras.
mask.
That's also a -1, so a 3.
I almost feel like this abyssal energy that flows through you, Relthar, it corrupts Relthar's mind for a moment, and you think this is Shun calling to you, commanding you to kill your allies. So on your next turn, you must you do everything in your power to just attack the closest.
Oh, can do.
No, he's gonna kill Grig finally.
I've got a target right next to me.
Unapologetically.
This is my ally, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for the NPCs.
Now he has no.
Yeah.
Now he has no. He can't feel bad about it because he's been compelled to do.
Oh, I wouldn't have
Yeah,
felt
that's
bad
true. This
either.
is true. So that is the flinch. The gnolls here are going to make their attacks towards all of you.
Oh yes.
It's okay, guys. Use your quadrilateral ACs.
Yeah.
You'll be just fine.
Only get hit by even
Mathematical,
numbers.
dog.
I think there is a game that does that. Like, oh, my AC is like an even only.
I'm just rolling shit for these enemies today. Yeah. I don't think they hit any of you guys.
Yeah, my
So,
AC is 15. Wow,
Same.
all of our ACs
12,
are
12,
high
and
as
8.
shit.
Get wrecked, scrub.
Oh wait, even with the plus, they all have a +1 to the. Yeah, they still don't hit.
Yeah, I block. I hold the line with Phallos.
That's the end of the. It's the end of the Knoll's turn. It's you guys now.
Seeing that Relthar is now like facing down this giant creature alone, Colin takes a deep breath and draws his new elvish rapier. Findle, gonna need some help here, and he's gonna run.
I can contain him.
jump
Don't
off
get.
the roof and try to
Get the
plant
fuck away
this
from
thing, into its back.
Don't do it.
So try to stab it into its back. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a
Assassin's
running
Creed.
jump to do it.
Wait, you're stabbing Findal, who's next to you in the back?
No.
Yeah.
A2
So
brute.
you're trying
He's
to
doing
jump
a Assassin's Creed
like
jump,
10
plunge
feet
into the.
off the roof to backstab the Flynn.
Yep.
Oh, the flint.
Surely
okay.
he'll get more damage for coming off the roof, right?
I'm gonna
Plus
treat
1
this
for
as,
higher ground.
I'm gonna treat this as a targeted strike the same way I did. So if you're cool with adding a +4 to the difficulty for it, it will have a significant. I'll let you do double damage for it.
I have the higher ground.
Do I have advantage since I'm coming from behind?
There's another
Doing
way
a
you could roll
crazy
this.
move.
If he's taking fall damage, you could just make the gnoll also take the fall damage that he's taking. That's usually how I do plunging attacks.
That
but
makes.
It's
that
up
makes
to you, though.
sense. Yeah, I would try. I've been trying to figure out how to.
I think
rule
it's a
that.
D6 for fall damage.
Yeah, so you'll add an extra d6 to it. I'm gonna do the same thing I did for Mulia, where you can roll a dexterity check and test it by its wisdom check to see if you catch it off guard.
Works for me. 17. No, 18. Sorry. No, is that included? +1.
Hmm?
I
Is the
think it might
+1
be.
included?
The +1 for what?
Well, you win anyways.
It doesn't succeed. Yeah,
Regardless,
yeah,
you got a 15.
yeah, you got it. So go ahead and make your attack roll with advantage.
Cool.
You also have an extra D6, but you take a D6 damage unless
Yeah.
Jonathan's rolling that your high dexterity roll reduces the fall damage somehow.
15.
Oh my god.
That is. Go ahead and roll an additional d6.
Okay.
Ooh.
6.
Oh my god.
12
Damn.
Non-Euclidean!
damage.
So you take 6 falling
Next
damage.
level.
However, you deal an additional 6 damage to this flint. So as you like,
Yes.
you feel this immense force like rock throughout your body. Easily you dislocated 1 or 2 limbs and stuff like that just from the force of it. But yeah, this thing that's a hefty blow.
You lost your rapier inside its body somewhere.
Yeah, it's sticking
That would
through
be
it.
fair, definitely.
Good lord.
Oh yeah, that's nasty. Hey, but that's you take one of those d6s of damage to yourself, though, from the fall
Yeah,
damage.
for sure. I
Flying off the roof.
jumps, plunges it in through the shoulder.
Yeah, it's at 6. That's 6 damage. to
Tumbled
you.
over it, landing heavily on the ground very quickly, and just.
Yeah.
So he's
I think
probably
that's
like,
definitely worth it. You just did so much damage.
Yeah, I
You
did.
did like a thief level of damage right there.
Right?
Super nice.
I don't know. I've played a thief before, Anthony.
They do a lot of damage.
These pack a punch.
Fool of a
Alright.
chronicler!
So yeah, you land right next to it. Who else is going?
Definitely gonna cast me some web. Yeah, let's do this. Another DC 16 web.
Oh wow.
That
Wait, are you sure you
gods.
don't want me to get rid of a Greg first?
You could shoot him with your crossbow, can't you?
Oh, don't worry. I'm not gonna trap you. Not this time.
Oh. How many things can you squirt out of you?
Infinite Geed's blessing always gives me roots. Until I'm fucking bad luck. Where is it? Draw
just-
tool. There we go.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to put up the
Who you
thing.
capturing
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
web?
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
No, you're all good.
Calvin
Well,
or
while you're doing that, I'm gonna make my attack roll against this knoll here.
You can
Yeah.
you can put me in the web.
You're
That's
not gonna
totally
trap the crazy.
It's okay. I'm gonna keep you guys both on the edge of the web, making it to where they both have to roll strengths.
Bro,
Alright.
you were doing.
I'm
You're
I'm attacking that
Clutching
knoll
this
next to
thing.
me.
No, dude,
And
14.
This web spell
I'm
is so
gonna
clutch,
hang
dude.
on the roof because downstairs is a terrible place to be.
Yeah, roots grab up the boar
It's
and
my
the flint.
Are you sure you don't want to do a jumping web?
Fuck
Don't
no,
get extra-
that's insane. I was trying to tell you, you fool of a
Extra web
chronicler.
Jumping.
Brother Anton.
Yes. I stabbed the knoll next to me.
Oh yeah, you stabbed it. So 14 that hits.
And then I dispatch him with a quick, just like Roman style. I bash him with my shield and lunge into his chest and pull the spear out and shove him back with the shield.
You lift him up like Vlad the Impaler.
Sure. Yeah. Because they're like really big, so I'd be screaming at the amount of force it would take for me to lift him
Yeah.
off the ground. And I slam
What
him.
the fuck?
Oh no, Mulia!
I accidentally
I
put you in the game
accidentally,
layer. My
I
bad.
accidentally stabbed Mulia. No.
There we go.
Actually, that's perfect because Mulia, who is a halfling, was about to go invisible.
Oh man.
Nice.
So,
Halfling Raskadai, that's actually pretty nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
So she goes invisible during her round, and she looks around her and she sees Brother Anton and Phalos here, and she's like, "Y'all can handle this." She whispers to y'all as she goes up here, and that's close enough, I think. And hopefully, it could be a surprise attack on the Flint
Invisible.
as an invisible, Raskadai.
Yeah, it's an advantage on the attack for sure.
Okay.
So defeated.
I'll
John.
do another one.
I mean,
Should've
no,
just
you guys
threw
are doing
everything
well.
at us all at once.
So I think I still have the flame going from the last time because I have it for 5 rounds.
Yep.
And since she's invisible, I'm hoping for another surprise attack.
The math checks.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, it would count as a surprise attack. Yeah.
Cool. So then it would be 12, 14.
No,
16?
18.
Oh, yeah.
6 plus 2
6
times
plus 2.
plus the
12.
2 from the 2 from the weapon.
No, isn't it 7?
8 times.
So 6,
6 plus
7,
2.
8. So it'd be
16.
16 plus 2 from the weapon. So 7,
Yeah.
18. Yeah,
18. 18 on what?
Yeah.
On the flint.
The flint. Oh shit!
No.
You just. Yep. You
Yep.
describe
Yeah,
how you
again.
killed us. How you killed this flint.
The Flint Slayer.
She liked the way she did it the last time, so she goes over there and she gets the razor chain again to swirl around its neck, and then she'll just yank on it, decapitating it.
Oh yeah, that's
Just
cool.
just very smoothly, quietly.
Well,
And the head
cauterizing
falls.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Donk, donk, donk. The head falls.
The razor
yeah.
chain is just whispering to you. We shall mount its head on a wall. And your flame lit razor chain once again beheads another flint.
Cool. That's my turn.
Players with magic items in Shadowdark are pretty strong.
This is true.
I'm learning too, because I've never run super high level combat yet.
Yeah,
So.
I'm not
gonna
tripping. It's all good.
swing at the knoll in front of me.
Hey, you can't do that.
I will get a 7. and
7
miss.
misses.
You have a luck token.
I will get a 7 and miss.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not worth the look.
That's probably not.
All right. If I
Watch
can
these two
go-
knolls crit both of
Don't
us
get me
next turn.
wrong.
Now
I love
watch.
that I have the luck token, but
Yeah,
this is
not
a
worth it.
minion knoll. I don't think this is the hardest time
no,
to
I,
use it.
no, I get it. I get it.
Especially the rampaging boar still on the loose.
So I assume
Don't
that.
believe him. It's an
John, I
act.
assume.
He's just trying to make his nat 20 seem more believable now.
I assume that rage means that I'm like not casting spells and stuff. I'm like in a manic rage, right?
Yeah, it would make more sense that you're like more melee oriented. However, you can cast a spell if you if that's like what Relthar would do.
Well,
You're
it's-
just-
I mean, I'll
yeah.
play thematically that if it's a rage, I'll like look a little more insane than I normally do, and I'll pull out the new dagger, like Shun commands me, and I
No.
march over to this Grig with
Yeah.
this new magical obsidian dagger. I sort of lick it, and I just like, come
like,
here,
"Hey, pal."
little burp, and I just stick it right into him. Hopefully,
Oh my
Hit.
god.
Make me an attack roll.
Let's
I thought he was gonna come kill
He's
me.
like,
So it is a-
hey, pal,
it
what's
is a
going
plus
on?
1 dagger.
What's wrong, pal?
Ooh.
19 hits, roll damage.
That's plus 1, and it's plus 1 of damage. And he said it's a D6 dagger,
Yeah,
so it's like
so
a
D6 plus
short sword. Jeez. All right, this is plus 1. 4 points of damage, magical damage.
4 points of damage. And obsidian daggers are an actual thing. I found on Shadow Darklings. It's just they break on a nat 1. That's why they do more damage.
Yeah, I actually just seen that because Ian just
Super
posted
sharp.
it. They're a new weapon type.
Yeah. So you slash into it. It's so quick that it manages to not be bisected immediately. But yeah, deep gash into its body. It bleeds the silver blood onto the ground.
I'll lick the blood off the blade.
Oh no! What does he say when he gets stabbed, Jonathan?
I mean, he's just yelling out profanity. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like that's the sort of thing.
I need it for spell casting.
Shun needs your
Jiminy
innards.
Cricket.
It needs your innards for my prayers.
Oh shit! All right.
Fuck yeah.
In this story, Pinocchio kills Jiminy Cricket.
Yes.
Now, it is- let me roll for how many
Real
citizens
boy.
get out.
I'm gonna become a real boy. I need a
So-
Wait, doesn't Pinocchio kill Jiminy Cricket like the
Does
original
he?
story?
Probably in the actual like
That's a Grimm's fairy tale.
the grim fairy tale version. I'm assuming.
blood for the real boy.
All right. So that is 18 citizens in total have gotten out for your section of the caravan so far. They've been able to evacuate to the main wagons where Captain Knuckle is setting everything up. Let's go ahead and roll initiative for the 7th round.
All right, I got
hasn't
this.
rolled?
Let's see it. Time
Who-
to get
yeah,
that. Time
who
to get that
hasn't?
D6. Oh, is
Yeah,
someone
we
not
need to win
rolling?
this. You need to stab me a
Yeah, let's
Grig.
do this.
Oh, if it's round 7, there's only 5 of us. We've all gone at least once, hopefully.
Yeah, there's only one
Yeah.
round. There's only one round left.
All
And
right, I
this
got
last-
this then. What did you
yeah.
get, DM? A 3?
Yeah, I rolled a 3 for. Wait, no, that was a 3 for how many
Oh,
citizens?
that's-
Additional
oh.
citizens.
I got a
out.
4.
All right.
Phallus wants to see a
Hey.
dead
Can't
Grig.
show
Attaboy,
black
Phallus.
surely.
I still fail either way. The 3 was for how many citizens get out in that round.
Yeah,
but
got
I
it.
still fail.
All right,
So-
just top of the turn. I'm gonna swing at the knoll. Do that
No,
right
you
away.
were.
Ah! 9
Oh.
plus 2, 11. Oh no.
And 11 misses.
This knoll.
You got a luck token.
Got a luck token.
You will die, you vile thing! Because I'm kind of like swinging my sword around it.
I can't keep generating them though, so they are kind of like a renewable resource now.
Findle is gonna like slide down the roof right here and land and old man energy just like come up right behind this knoll and try to club him in the back.
I resemble
Alright.
that remark.
Go ahead and make your make your
Your
attack
knees
roll.
pop and crack as you hit the
I'm kind
ground.
of like imagining Findle as like he's wearing the big cloak, but he's like bare chested, like
Mhm.
beneath it, and just like this kind of just skinny fanatical. Just old man like muscles and whatnot.
Old man buff.
Yeah, old man buff.
ahead and
Dear
make
Skeet's
that
good
attack.
graces. No! I suck at this.
And 8, yeah, these ones are the most motivated, so they
Damn.
it's
Swing
like
and a miss.
thrashing out the way, yeah.
Plot armor Knowles.
Yeah, right?
I'll quickly go because my turn's pretty quick. I'm just going to attempt to, as Phallos swings, keeping that Knoll distracted, I attempt to attack alongside him. Oh, they have plot armor.
Oh, so much plot armor.
Yeah, it bats your spear out of the way, Anton. I believe that's
Trying to keep him
Mulia.
back. He's just like ravenously grabbing at us.
Yeah, no, they're trying to get some blood for sure. It's
Oh, yeah.
Mulia, Cowan.
Yep.
Will you come help me with this evil Grick?
I'll try my best. I see the boar with you, so I will make my
I
way
know,
up.
the Grick. The Grick's the threatening one.
No,
Boar's our
little
friend.
guy.
Oh yeah, you're not hostile towards the Grig anymore. It was only for your next turn, Relthar. That the curse had
sorry,
effect.
man. What
Buddy.
happened? I slipped.
Ralph, what did you do?
The Grig is just like, what the
What the fuck is wrong with
His
you?
chest is caved open because he's like small. He's like,
You motherfucker!
I saw something on you, man. I was just trying to get it off you. Chill.
Mulia walks up to you, gives you a quizzical look, and like, y'all are like an old married couple. And then she whips out the razor chain and attacks the boar. She's still invisible, by the way.
oh yeah, that is. Yeah.
She's that way for 3 rounds, so...
Roll with the
Oh, ouch.
You have advantage, remember, because you're
Oh,
invisible.
that's right. Thank God
And
for
also
that.
it's restrained. Yeah,
Yeah, this one is not so
a
good.
12 hits. Yeah,
Oh, hits. Cool.
So
Just
that's
barely.
4 damage plus 2, 6 damage.
Nice. And she'll just move a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, your razor chain suddenly appears out of nowhere and then disappears back after the strike. So, I think it's Cowan and Relthar that I think you guys have a turn left.
Yeah. Calvin feels like his shoulder was dislocated, and he's gonna hop up and try to move away a little bit. And as he's going, he'll reach behind and fire his crossbow at this boar. He comes over here a little bit. We're gonna try to get around this wagon, and yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot.
With advantage?
Yeah. Oh, with advantage?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to see if you get a nat 20, but that's 5 damage to this boar.
Yep.
It's looking like Lily, it's pretty much one shot at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, this poor pig is just like stuck in the roots, just getting like sucked down.
I imagine this is like a rabid animal at this point. It needs
Yeah.
to be put down.
Relthar, I believe that's you.
Yeah. Okay, I can throw this dagger and it returns to me. So
Mhm.
I'll use this magical dagger and toss it. Oof! I break it.
You have advantage.
It does not
Oh,
return.
That's
I
right, you
advantage.
have advantage.
Yeah, it's restrained.
I kill it. I mean, I hit
16 hit. Just roll damage. You have to basically roll 3 damage or more, and then that kills it.
it. 5 total.
You described to me what the final. Wait, no, there's the nose still around, so never mind. But yeah, you do kill this boar.
I toss this dagger. It slices into its eyes and then pops right back into my hand.
This black obsidian dagger. And I believe that's all of the crawler's turn. Now we have the gnolls valiantly taking on this entire group.
Yep, the plot armor Knowles.
He's gonna make an attack. This one's gonna make an attack towards
comes to that
Phallos,
20s.
and this one towards Findal.
Aha!
I have
Aha!
rolled. Okay, I just want
Not
to say
today.
this was supposed to be such an insane encounter, but I think I've missed the majority of my attack rolls. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's fine.
the mounted Flynn not hitting with all 4 attacks on Relthar, that would have been really bad. It would
Yeah,
probably kill
but it's all
Yeah.
good. It's emergent play, so that's how it turned out. Yeah, they both miss you, so you guys are stuck in like a duel with these gnolls, and that's the end of the round.
The duel of the fates.
And I'll just roll our initiative.
Yeah.
Bam!
Let me roll for the last round of citizens that get out on round 8. Well, you got a decent number. You have 23 citizens that have evacuated so far. Let me roll for the initiative.
Out of like 95,
Two
something
dice
like
at
that.
the same time.
I believe you guys had it was half and half, so 47 and 47, because it's 94 total citizens. So, yeah, 23 out of 47 citizens.
We did.
All
it.
right, my turn is pretty quick.
Yeah, mine's gonna
Nope,
be quick
not
too.
today. Okay, that's my turn.
I'm attacking. I hit.
Nice.
I hit him. Hold him there, Follows. Hold him still. Ah! I stab him in the throat.
Yeah, you stab it through the throat and it dies just on your spear.
Yes.
Alright, well then with my roll, nope. You guys hear my valiant war cries go right towards this knoll, but I swing and I hit the buildings. I swing up to fuck!
This one's real hard as it's just like smashing my shield and I'm just like flailing.
Our
Yeah.
allies on the other
We
side
don't-
of the wagons would think we're fighting some horrific beast, but
I'm
they
just-
come over and they realize it's one knoll.
I'm thinking about it now. Yeah, there's no point in really playing this out because you're going to kill it. There's like this sort of thing where it's more so about when rather than
Who's
if.
gonna get the kill of the other?
So yeah, it tries to like bite towards you and everything, but eventually you guys are able to stab this thing through, shoot it, cover it in thorns, that sort of thing, and
We
it
triple
it
team
dies.
it and just overwhelm it, basically.
As it falls, it lands on me and I'm like, "Ah!" like get crushed on the ground and I'm like, I can't get up.
Through a twist of fate, you guys have managed to save as many citizens as you can. 23 citizens. The last one of them, Captain Knuckle, is doing like a last call sort of thing. He's trying to stay for as long as he can, but more gnolls are coming in from the distance. And he yells over to you all that it's time to go now, with a pained look on his face.
I guess. with
Are there supplies in these wagons?
Yeah, that's what the whole like 8 rounds was for. Is for like, okay, oh shit, they're here. We need to like get the fuck now. So that was time for them to gather everything and then get out with what they had.
Okay, gotcha.
Brother Anton,
As I'm hobbling, can you do this? I need you to reset it.
We'll get it on the way. I sling your good arm over my shoulder and I'm like carrying
Okay.
you.
There's like
I
you
grab my
get this
rapier as we go by it.
Yeah.
as you guys meet up with the caravan. You guys make a fast exit out of there. You just legitimately, there's no more time to get any more citizens, even if you wanted to, at the risk of certain death, that sort of thing. So you guys ride past, and we get this like in meteor res of like there's a gnoll attacking a family in a building, and they see you guys driving away. Don't leave! And a spear goes through the back of his throat, through the front of his face. And as the blood splatters onto the camera, it forms the words "Beast of Burden," and that's when we end the session.
Nice.
Yeah.